Ah boy, I want to say a pleasant good evening once again to all my people who normally join us on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday night, it's all about the live, on the live. Yours truly, RKG and Bass. Bass is going to join me in a bit. We have another exciting night, another fun-filled night. I want to say good evening to Sexy Bandy on the live. Big shouts to Bertrand on the live. Go share the live, invite some friends. Alright. I'm drinking some wine today. I don't remember the name of the wine. You know what I mean? So invite some friends. Today we do this a little different today. We have band leader and promoter Mark Iron out of Dirty Medics. We're gonna be talking with him coming up in the mix. Also, we're gonna be talking with Brave-Boy. You know, one of the most versatile artists, very underrated right here in TNT, and we're gonna get up close and personal with him in a while. My week was a crazy week. You also the getaway drive today, right? Well, they eventually didn't get away, but you all saw that. That's some crazy shit. Crazy shit. These fellas and them out there different, you know. Out there real different. You have to watch where you're going. If you're going in any banks, if you're going to do any money transaction, you have to be very careful, because it seems like that people marking you, and you have to be very careful who you're dealing with too. You know what I mean? So let me see if my brethren ready to come on the live. All right, so yeah. Also, there's some giveaways coming up, and Bass is going to let us know what we're going to give away this evening. You know what I mean? So normally we do this show, it's all about getting up close and personal with people in the arts, people in all walks of life. You know, no discrimination. Anytime you have an artist friend or somebody who have a small business want to come on the live, feel free to inbox me and hit me up, and give you further details. I don't know, real crazy week. So we had crazy last Wednesday. We had crazy. We had Orlando Octave. We had Rain on the live. That's an artist from New York. It's a nice song. You go check it out. It's called A Good Man. Nice song. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting for Bass. And if Bass was sleeping tonight, so come join me on the live. To pay the bill up a little bit. Some serious rain today, right? Seriously. Also drivers need to take your time on your road. I saw an accident yesterday where this car, it was in Woodbrook, right? This car just liquid. How you say them to be? Liquid this traffic light. You know what I mean? Right in Woodbrook. So people need to take their time on your road, especially when it's wet. You all need to really be careful how you're driving. It's very important that you take your time. And for those who've been following the news, because a lot of people sometimes they pick up the newspaper and read it or look at the news. There's a new variant recorded in Tobago. Yeah, it's called the Gamma variant. It's a new variant recorded in Tobago. So, I mean, and today I was surprised. I saw the numbers over 200 and something again. And every time I see the numbers go back up, I feel a bit depressed. I mean, because we open for the best, and then we realizing we do have no choice but to live with this whole in this whole pandemic and try to make it work. Still, a lot of people still out of their jobs. A lot of people not seeing money. A lot of people do have a meal when the morning comes, when the day comes. You know what I mean? So I always say, people on the outside, once you could help someone, you know what I mean? Feel free to always give, and don't give to get back. Give genuinely. All right. So.
Good night, boss.
Hey,
Good night, sir.
TikTok my videos, boy.
Yeah, boy, yeah, boy. What you seeing? What you seeing?
Yeah, everything and everything. Everything that is going
Okay, since you insist. Sexy hot, I see you, oh baby. This is your body with your own self. Look over, come and bring your own self. I want to put you on my bookshelf, treat it like a queen. What you doing, man? You self. You're looking hotter than a young gal. You're beautiful and legal. You say attracted to maturity, sense of authority. You're there over 40. Make up to all my women over 30, over 40 on the live, man. Yeah, man. Nice.
No, listen. You know,
Yeah.
gotta big up El Mundo signature, big up my version on the live. Today we have to give away some new juice, right? So we have new juice to give away today.
Okay, you're sure. Yes, we do. But we always do. We never did. We do. Nice. Yeah, we do.
Boy, BS, I must say, the song, the TikTok mommy is going on me, you know.
Huh? Serious?
Yeah.
But some people are you're different, man. Some people it was one time instant, bam.
Serious.
Some people that go. That's how music is. That's how music is.
It's catchy. So when I heard it the first time, I was like, you know, yeah, boy, this song have a vibe. Pick up the original, let me see, the original DJ Silver Fox on the live, boy.
Yeah, boy. Big up a DJ called DJ Angus. See on Instagram. You know, send my mix. He do with it with Salty. TikTok, gal. TikTok. And he mixing the TikTok, boy. Real bad. So, you send it out just now to the DJs and thing. But again, a nice response for it. Big up to there was a Venezuelan lady, like me, she want me to do a Spanish, do a Spanish lyric video. But do the lyric video in Spanish so she could get a lot of her Spanish friends, Venezuelan friends and Spanish friends. Real big clip to do to follow it and do it on TikTok and things. So, yeah,
nice. That's a good vibes. Especially, you see, in the pandemic, people wanna. Let me tell you something. In the pandemic, people want something to make them laugh.
Because something different, man. Yeah, depression is real. Depression is real.
I was actually mentioning before you came on the live, there's a new variant called Gamma. And the first case was recorded. Yes, the first case was recorded. The Brazilian then.
Yeah.
We call it Brazilian, right? The first case was actually recorded in Tobago.
Gamma, you say, but I know Delta. It have one called the Lambda. I know it have Gamma. Next one again.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Which is the Brazilian? Which is the Brazilian?
Oh, the Brazilian. Okay. Well, that Brazilian been around. Yeah. You see that Delta? Boy? See what's going on in the States right now? In foreign?
Yeah, but Delta come here again, fly again, no? That was Delta, you know?
Boy? Telling you, boy. It's serious, boy. You saw the big robbery today, or the robbery and chase today?
Boy, let me tell you something, funny, no, friend. I just pass on that route regular.
Right.
So when I saw it, I thought it was somebody played the fool now. When I watched it, I said, but watch that. People out there, I swear I watching a movie now.
Yeah, boy. It was real movie-ish.
I swear
but the fellas they get through though. They get through.
But the driver was caught, so something gonna give.
Yeah, of course, yeah man. The driver was caught, one got shot, the other two got away and thing, but they will catch them and they will catch. But the fellas who was chasing and lose their money and thing, I mean they're real lucky because in some circumstances you ain't catching nobody so.
Yeah. But I like them, they didn't give up, boy. They went hard, boy.
Yeah. They went. It's 20,000, you know. $20,000, boy. Come now, man. You sell. Yeah. Yeah. And what's they was calling? I was getting so frustrated. They calling the police, telling the police thing. I see what like it's baby police. They calling her.
Yeah.
The police and watch me. The police. The Barataria police station, if you know the area, right around the corner from where the fellas and them stop up there too.
That is literally about 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, boy. I mean, come on, guy. You're doing a robbery. You go get your thing close by a police station. Oh God, come now, man. These fellas and them really do this shit.
Yeah.
But I know how they get back the money and thing. But you have to be careful out here. You know, sometimes they even buying something. Like we say, you're buying something and just buy things on Facebook and all kind of thing. you know, you're going with money and stuff. You always tell people to meet in a public place. You have to be very careful out there, but you know. So yeah.
You have to be. You have to be because out here now, let me tell you something. Recently, about a few weeks ago, they established this Mosika price mark. It's another situation outside where some people will rob their groceries.
Okay. People desperate. People desperate out there right now. And desperate.
You know it's to buy your groceries. It's for another $2,500 in groceries. And they come outside, people or somebody pull up and rob everything. They lose everything.
You're sick. You get weak, and that was your grocery for the month. You take your last, boy. You know? It's real tough out there, boy. Real tough. Tough out there. Gotta get through. Well, so done today. Well, so done for the week. Well, so done. Yeah, well, you know, the week cool, man. Just, you know, doing the things, doing the do. Trying to do as much as possible. Trying to stay sane in this crazy place. But.
In this time. But actually, before we get in, we have Braveboy on the live coming up. And we have band leader and promoter Dirty Medics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy. Man.
We're gonna talk to him in a bit. But also I want to mention I went to Nigel Arkan today.
Yeah, I saw that, boy.
Right, and purchased this book. It's an erotica by Sparkle Richards. It's called
a sexy book. Yeah, a sexy book here by there.
Yeah. And the thing about it
is the book check, boy.
Yeah, boy,
like a dictionary, boy.
That book together in a Bible, boy.
Yeah, boy. Way. Real pages.
You know, so people who are reading books and stuff, check it out. It's a erotica by Sparkle Richards. It's called Tabanga, and it's actually $290 for the book. You know what I mean?
Okay. So it's local. It's local.
Yeah, it's local. I mean, we just support all kind of things.
Yeah. That's real good, man. I applaud you for that, man. Support the local.
I mean? So,
and you never know that could turn into a movie or something, you know? It's that good. She could turn into a movie someday.
Oh, you mean? Sure. So as a book called Bacchanal too. So you all need to check it out. Yeah, Sparkle Richards, right?
I know Trinidad love Bacchanal.
Yeah, check out on the social media. You know, also too, a lot of rain, boy.
Yeah, we have plenty of rain today. Like as soon as just before 12, the rain coming down.
I saw accident yesterday in Woodbrook, boy.
Oh yeah.
So in Woodbrook, that is the name of the street. It's a street that people ain't really supposed to be driving fast. This vehicle flip go by this bar where people is lying, boy. In Woodbrook. And there's a traffic, and Legacy was right there.
Oh, the traffic right there. Okay. Yeah, I know the bar. Corner bar. It's corner bar or Woodbrook bar or something.
Yeah.
Wherever the bar. I know the bar.
Right,
yeah.
That traffic light right there, bro. I'm not telling you. If I see the vehicle flip, I want to know how the vehicle flip link with the traffic light.
Yeah, boy. I see Braveboy there. Also the fire with the children, boy, you know? That was sad too, the fire.
Yeah. You know? So we have Braveboy on the live. We have Braveboy on the live.
It's in balance.
Braveboy. Yeah, boy. Braveboy.
It's only you don't have the rapper pen.
Yeah, boy.
I just clean cut today.
You trying to show off you have here.
Where's the action? Don't put this phone. I'm charging my phone and I'm talking to them. So I know.
All right.
You drop this in time.
Nice. Well, welcome. And it's your first time on the live. This is a show that me and Base normally do on a Wednesday night from 9, where we interact with people in the arts, whether you're artist, whether you're promoter, you know, anybody that does things that, you know, it's a positive vibe, it's a good energy. That kind of vibe.
I like that.
Right? So, Right. So let's talk about you. You come up before we get into the music itself and what you're doing currently. Who is Braveboy? How Braveboy started? You know, I know you and Young Rod had an era where you all were singing together. Tell us about that also.
Right.
Yeah, he's really a Braveboy.
Yeah, so real name Marcus Braveboy.
Okay.
Right. Father Hilton Braveboy was in the media and stuff. He used to do television production and hosting and stuff. So,
wait now, you related to Marcia Braveboy?
So Marcia is my cousin. But funny enough,
okay.
Funny enough, I've never met Marcia. So big up Marcia, but I've never actually. Funny enough, you know. But that is family.
What?
You know. My family's
Now see a Brave Boy, your own cousin staying away from you, boy.
no, man, it's not that. It just never happened. And then
Oh, okay.
But Brave Boy is actually a Grenadian name. So my both grandparents are from Grenada. But anyway, started off, just like everybody else with Youth Fest. I come from that era. Well, I can go even before that. Calypso competition, NJAC Calypso competition. And
what? Your Santi Manite out there?
Yeah, I mean, NJAC competition. Just to go for the audition.
Nice, man. So your history, your roots.
Right. Then 12 and under, I used to play clarinet.
Hey.
A lot of people don't know that.
You meet one of these, the watchmen. I always say, I don't like red woman at all, eh? But one of the best red woman ever in Trinidad and Tobago, boy. Auntie Hazel, boy. Auntie Hazel, boy, oh God.
And I think... So
pick up to all the red woman on the line.
Red woman, yes.
Yeah.
And actually won best instrumentalist on 12 and under.
Okay.
So that was something cool. And I think around the age of 13, I discovered liming and partying and thing.
Right.
And I started getting a little distracted. And then I come from the era, like the late 90s, where everybody wanted to join a song system. It was either train parties or song system. So I had my little era with the stint with that too. The song system didn't really work out. The laptop shut down in the party.
What song system you with?
We call ourselves Fifth Element Song System.
Okay.
Fifth Element Song System. And
all right.
The first party we ever DJed was a house party. The laptop shut down.
Wait. So that was a sign you give up from that one time.
Well, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But I'll tell you something interesting happened there. We couldn't afford doublets, right? So I used to imitate Elephant Man and Stronger Benz and like Shizzleman and good, right? And that's how I started kind of experimenting with my voice, right? So I would make doublets for the song system, and that's how I kind of get into like recording songs over other people's beats and things now. And then a producer by the name of Ken Shirakulda, who
Ken Holder, buddy. Ken Holder. Yeah, man. Ken Holder. What?
Through a friend, Crystal Rose, who was working with him. He played a demo. We had this demo called Roti Gold, which was parody songs, about roti. Like, so like instead of we have she like bread, and that was all his thing. So funny enough, when I see this new movement with the Zest and the Trinidad and stuff, it reminds me of where I come from. So I can't hear something because that is beat desk. Record stuff on your home computer era. It's just within our social media, right? So, but anyway, through that, I met Treason. Treason actually my biggest influences, must big up the Treason clan. And then, we did I was in a group called the Breathless Crew. Myself and my neighbor Sergio and Wesley, and we did Soca Monarch, Youth Fest, that whole run. And then took a break to, go to school and do some stuff. A lot of people don't know, but I actually studied law. I have my LLB from the University of London. Right, so, big up to the law community. Being a lawyer is not for me. I don't think I ever wanted to be an attorney.
Well, I was about to ask you that really quick because you study law, but yet still you choose music.
Right. Well, I think I remember after big up Karen James, entertainment attorney in Trinidad. I remember working on a music project and going to a meeting where Karen James was somebody's lawyer, and I just remember how articulately he spoke. And I just remember the kind of respect he got knowing so much about that side of the music industry and entertainment industry. I think that was kind of appealing to me. And I realized, what, a lot of people always told me, you got to learn to protect yourself now. Because I always hear these stories from Calypsonians to soca artists to dancehall artists, rap, pop, anybody you were getting ripped off. So I decided to study law with a plan to always arm myself with protection. Like, nobody cursed me off, And I must, I'll be honest, that helps me to today.
It helps you.
I read my own contracts. I write up my own contracts. You all know I do stuff outside a lot, so I'm able to kind of, broker my own deals and that kind of thing. So anyway, fast forward there, did some stuff with 5 Miles to Midnight, the rock band, performed with them. I did a remix of Wiz Khalifa song called I'm a Trini, and that was the first song that I really got a lot of airplay on the radio. It was a remix.
No, this was after the run with the era with you and Young Rod.
So that's before.
That before, that's before.
Yeah,
All
so
right, all right.
I do all this before. So with 5 Miles open for Stephen Marley and Evanescence, we perform all around. But rock is a niche now, not rock very underground. So and then I did Armor Trini, and I started to get a lot of love within the new generation and stuff with that. So I come up around the same time as Nebula 868. So they used to have a lot of shows with myself and Nebula, But I had one song and Nebula they had to play some luck, right? So so big up Nebula. And then after that, while working on a mixtape, because I started to do a lot of remixes like with my style on hip hop beats, and that's how I got known in the hip hop community, as a rapper in Trinidad. And then I went by Mevon, who is Explicit Entertainment, Explicit Mevon, to record a dub plate. Right, big up Mevon, that's my brother. And so I went to actually record a dub plate for Private Ryan and Hoppy for Scotch with the same amateur they're doing some summer series. And then Mevon was like, well, he has this friend Young Rod, David Rudder's son, he's rap, this and that. I was like, well, yeah, bring him through, let me vibe. So the first time I met Young Rod, we recorded a song together and we shot a music video one time in the studio. And after that, we just loved the vibe. The three, me, Mevon, and Rod just gel so well. We decided to work on more music, and that's how Pumpin' came around. We was gonna
Pumpin'.
Hold on, stick up with them in fact. So you all didn't decide just to be a group, but that's happened by vibe.
Well, the thing is, funny enough, like we laugh because we're not a group now. We are 2 individual artists, but we end up doing so many songs together, and they all score. So it's like, you know what? Let you run with it, right? And Pumpin' led to Nah Boy, which led to was
that one of my favorite boy, Nah Boy.
Yeah. And then
yeah, boy, Nah Boy, big tune.
Right, so and that I think we made history with that. I mean, Trinidad is an interesting place because it's like, and I will speak openly here because I know I have lots of respect for y'all. I know y'all have respect for me, so it could be open. But I feel like Trinidad is the kind of place where we don't really respect people who came.
Hey, this is the live.
Live for that, man. Come now, man. You know the whole
live Where you drinking? You're supposed to be drinking something on the live, eh?
I drink it, boy. I try to get back in shape, boy, fellas. I try now.
All right. I respect that.
Yeah, I drinking more water too, boy. Water too.
I only drink on the weekends, right? But
I
don't pick up both of y'all because y'all, I don't know if y'all know that y'all definitely influenced me, right? Because bass, I remember the song High was hands down one of my favorite songs growing up, and there was something about 90s soca just was appealing to me now. Like I was in love with 90s soca, and that is hands down one of my favorite songs now. So you definitely somebody who really influenced me. And I remember watching Synergy and seeing this fellow with this deep voice. It's like RKG, right? And same thing, it was nice to see people who doing like this kind of dancehall experimenters, like Trini dancehall. So you know what I mean? So respect,
Thanks, man. We appreciate that.
Of course. But anyways, and so Trapso, we had like a 4-year run. Real good run, and a lot of people want to know what happened. So
that's why you call it Trapso? You call it Trapso?
Right, Trapso music. Because
okay.
What we was doing is Mevon was producing trap beats, which is like 808 beats using 808 from trap music, like Atlanta style. Right. And then Ruds is like, to me, he is like a real Trini rapper. He raps in a 100% Trini accent. And me, I consider myself a raga soca artist who's evolved, right? So yourself, RKG, KMC, Ataclan, Bungie Gallon, Treason, Ghetto Flex, that is people who really influenced me. But I also grew up in an era where we used to watch 106 and Park and TR, right? And I also grew up going Mayfair and them kind of things. So all those things shaped me into my sound now. I have this unique sound, which is like, I have the energy of a raga soca artist, but
Pronto.
Right. So then a lot of people want to know what happened after Trapso. So after Trapso, it just is what it is. I think that there's only so far you could go in Trinidad not singing soca, right? And that is a real thing that we don't really talk about. But I started to really think about, okay, what's the biggest thing I could possibly do in my country? And the biggest thing is open for artists who come down. And I made a personal decision that I want more now. Like there must be more. And around that same time, I met Bad Royal, who came down to work with Bungie, right? They're EDM crew. And I met them by Double Stand, through from 5 Miles to Midnight. So you see everything kind of tying in. And then we just get real tight now. And when they came back for Carnival, you know, of course, Bungie and Faye and their schedule crazy, so they were not able to really take them around. So I took up that role naturally of just taking them around, making sure they're good, taking them to parties, just, you know, like carrying them to play mass. And they appreciated what I did so much that they invited me to come to Ultra Music Festival, which is in Miami.
Okay.
And trial and error, I just went to Miami, just took a chance, end up performing, end up meeting all these people.
I find you a lucky one. He's a lucky guy though.
Lucky? No, like,
Now you don't see, just take advantage of opportunities. You take advantage of opportunities. You see opportunities, man.
Yeah.
Think about RKG, think about how many other people would have met them as well.
Exactly.
I'm not the only person who met Bad Royal.
Yeah. As we said, you grab the opportunity one time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying now. So people say, but you're lucky. But the amount of sacrifice, because remember, I pay my own way to go to Miami. I, you know, ask friends, yo, I can stay by all again, this opportunity here. And, you know what I mean? At the time, it was bad. you know, guys run a business in Trinidad. I have other things going on. Even Trapso stuff was still ongoing. But I had to take that chance because I wanted more, and I knew that the world is a big place now. I love Trinidad. I love my country. 868 Trinity to the bone. But I think that one trip changed my life now, because I started to meet, like, my song was played in Ultra. The first EDM song I ever did was played in Ultra. Played in all these festivals. I got to perform in Miami Music Week. And it's like after that, I got to tour with Bad Royal, you know. I got to do a few dates with them. I perform at Lollapalooza in Chicago with them. So yeah, after that, coming back from that.
All right. So performing with them, no, I know Bad Royal is something like Major Lazer, that kind of vibe. So you're just like the hype man. What was your part?
Right, so I get thrown into that, right? So I could give you a little funny insight as well. Before that, the year before that, or 2 years before that, me and Mikey, you know, Mulida, we was running Roscoe's on a Saturday, right? So I was a club.
Right. Yeah, okay.
And we was competing at 51 and thing. We was running the Saturday so good for a few months that people stopped going 51 and coming our night. And at times, they didn't have a mic man. They'll have a DJ, but the mic man didn't reach yet. So
you are
to make an announcement now, because it's my event.
Right.
And then I realized after a while, some people say, this one DJ and just mic film now. So all that trained me for Lollapalooza.
You see?
Yeah, man.
Watching, and I know you are mic man as well, right? Artist and mic man announce everything, right? And based, I believe I've seen you.
No, but let me tell you something.
Right, so,
it's funny enough. So, because, all right, let me tell you something. And BS can tell you that.
Right.
Being a singer, you know, being an artist, it's not really hard to really go on a stage and hype, especially like what we do.
Right.
Especially the type of music. So you doing it, maybe it was a natural element that you had to discover.
Exactly.
Yeah, and plus too, back in our days, well, back in my days, because my time before RKG time, back in my time, you was your own mic man, your own DJ. You know, anything. I did radio shows by myself. No man have a DJ playing for him. I was a DJ when I was when I was on radio.
In a way, I see I grew up, like the song system culture really influenced me, like Radioactive, Jugglers, you know, Excalibur, etc. So I think just kind of watching how they move, naturally I just got, and I mean, yes, I was accustomed performing and rapping, but actually being like a hype man, like they was like, go.
That's a different kind of confidence. You had the confidence in it.
And it was 10,000 people in Chicago. I don't know any of these people. And I just say, you know what, I had nothing to lose. So I started to use soca tactics. I said left, right.
You see how it coming on me?
I think that kind of made me respect, because people think that those who don't do soca in Trinidad anti-soca now. I'm not anti-soca. I just feel like, you know, everybody has their own path, and it's how you want to express yourself. I just feel like I've done soca songs already. You know, I started off singing soca. I should have said that. All the youth fest and thing was soca. But my soca was always different. My first soca song was a Juve hip hop.
Now,
Right,
second
right.
thing Brave Boy, and you mentioned earlier, you know, you were inspired by Beast, myself, and many others. Now, funny enough, we never really had this conversation. We have seen each other. Maybe you came on the show for interviews. We whole have vibes, we go to some party. But I will be quite honest on the live, for those who are on the live too, and to you, is that, you know, coming up, I always look at certain artists, and when I saw Rod doing that kind of vibe, I was like, yo, them fellas on to something. You know what I mean? They on to something. And the sad thing about the country that we live in, and we're not bashing nobody here, we just talking facts. A lot of times, things that we're supposed to really be pushing, we don't be pushing enough. We don't support enough. Right? Because when I saw you guys, you were like, yo, I saw Nebula, I saw you all, you know, thing. I said, hey, this is a new way.
That was the start of a movement. That could have been the start of a movement. Just like how the Zest have a movement, but the start of a movement.
I would speak openly and free about it. I think that where Zest and Trinidad did what we were supposed to do, like they were united now. At least I don't know what we're doing now, but for the past 2 years before COVID,
it seemed
they were united in many ways, and I think we never had that unity. I'll be honest. Like, I mean, we cool. Like, you know, like myself and Matic's cool, myself and Nebula cool, myself and everybody cool, but we didn't have that. I used to always tell them fellas, we don't have to be friends. We don't have to go each other christening, birthday party, nothing, right?
Yeah.
When I release something, you share. When you release something, I share. And if we could just start there. But honestly, and I'll speak the truth, that it was very one way a lot of times. Myself and Rods provided a lot of opportunity for the artists. We started Unplugged and Chill in Kaiser Blues. We, you know, one of Nyla's first performances was at our night. One of Abdiel's first performances at our night. A lot of rock groups, reggae groups, everything. I performed at Decibel, and I opened. I had my own first time in life. You know, I get my own hour-long set with band and thing, and I bring everybody. I bring Steph Lulu, I bring Rods, I bring Abdiel, I bring Jimmy October, J-Naj.
You created a show.
And that's what I'm saying. I realized that maybe myself and Rods think differently now. Maybe we, you know, we have a vision that other people don't have in terms of it's not just one person, it's not just two people, it's a movement now.
I think what it was, your vision was more long term. And some of the other people was just eat a food now kind of thing.
And then a lot of cool things was happening. Like we went in studio with Fabulous, the rapper Fabulous.
Okay. Yeah, when he came down. Yeah.
Well, we met his sound engineer Duro at Decibel.
Okay.
And Duro is Trinidadian. So he got interested in us, you know. So when we, you know, like, you know, people just kind of tell you things, but if you're ever in New York, hit him up. We hit him up when we was in New York, and he took us backstage. You know, we had VIP passes backstage in Fabulous concert. It's when Bobby Schmurda come out. Imagine, so me, Young Rod, my friend Mikey Mulida, and Anson, right? Nyla's manager, Anson. And we backstage, and we seen all these French Montana, this one, that one. You know, we was just in the source. And then the next day, Duro surprised us and took us to the studio with Fabulous. He didn't tell us. He just told us we were going to the studio, but the person who opened the doors, Fabulous. Fabulous, he lost. So we had those kind of experiences. We went to Atlanta, you know, I mean, like, I after I went to LA and a few other parts, but there was just no movement now. And then, so my
all right. Yeah.
Right.
All right, so you said that you met Fabulous, right? In that opportunity of interacting with him, did Fabulous get to hear your material?
So that's the crazy thing, right? It was like, I don't know if Duro was trying to do us a favor in a strategic way, because Fabulous had a concert the night before, and I saw them artists grind different. Like, they have that Marshall grinder and work ethic, but basically right after the concert, the next morning, he was working on his album in studio. So the interaction with Fabulous, to be honest, was just, he just asked us, you want anything to drink? You're good? He made sure we were cool, and he went to work now. And then while we were talking to his, like, junior producer, who was playing beats for us, and our stuff was playing, I even played Gazi Gates, my boy Gazi. I say I had to, Gazi's my boy, I had to play something from Gazi. So Fabulous would have been in the room and hear stuff. But it's just, I mean, it is what it is now, you know, like
time and place.
Time and place. We didn't want to force this opportunity. I didn't even really, I didn't want to do this. That's something I learned too. When you're around celebrities and when you're around industry people, you gotta behave yourself, right?
I don't know your place.
But I think a lot of these things, inspiration-wise, kept all of us going up. And I think it helped me for the next chapter because when I realized the movement, like everything, just like Trinidad, just like Zest, everything has its time now. You know, there are trends. These are trends. Soca is not a trend. Soca is a genre, like a real genre. Reggae, dancehall are not trends there. But some of the other things that spin off from it could end up being trends now. So I feel like what we were doing with the local hip hop movement, because it was big. I remember we performed it was local hip hop artists performing at Boom Champions Wet Rally. Like 1,000 people, and it was just, I think it was one dancehall artist and the rest local hip hop artists. And everybody mashed up the crowd, right? So there was a point in time where it was really going to the next level, but nothing happened after that. No. There was nobody connecting artists. Yeah.
Follow up.
And your reason for it, your reason for saying it took a dip or a dive, somewhat to speak, is because of no unity, no real unity.
Well, I wouldn't say just that. I would say that's one aspect. I don't want to blame it just on that. I think the lack of industry, because I feel like at the end of the day, everybody who doing hip hop in Trinidad have a job or have a hustle now. You can't really do Trinidad hip hop full time, and I just real talking real, right? And at the end of the day, these things cost money now. So paying for, like, we as hip hop artists, remember our music getting mixed into.
By the way, there's a few soca artists could just sing that alone.
Well, I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. And then people say brave voice.
You can't not going to say that soca is not a full-time job either.
Yeah.
No, and I'll say some serious COVID beds growing there, but bed gang, you know.
Yeah.
But I think, to be honest, that was something I had to deal with, because with us, we were taking our craft so seriously that we were tuning out great quality music. I'll big up Giandre Diaz, Trini, who
Giandre, where Giandre is now? Where Giandre is now?
I think he also
Giandre.
Okay, yeah, boy. Giandre was up.
You know, on Kanye album.
Yeah, Giandre was a good engineer.
So big up G and big up Tammy Tamara. Tammy's my sister, you know, and I worked with them for a long time too. I have to big them up. They really helped develop me as an artist as well, right? So yeah, I think the lack of industry in terms of you're spending all this money but you're not making it back. Because like myself and Rods, Nebula, Chromatics, Spot Rushers, in previously before us, were probably the only hip hop artists who were consistently getting paid for gigs now. You know,
right.
Obviously big up others. It will say in the Jimmy October, the J-Nash, but I just speak in facts. I think that we were the only ones, and the money is not a lot. I could call the figures, but the money is not a lot. So if it is, especially myself and Rods, remember, people seeing us as a group, right? So we get we probably got the most bookings during that time.
For one fee.
Yeah, remember we two big men splitting our fee, and then men out of my clothes, gas money, you know.
People don't understand that, man.
We reinvest in our money. We believe in that this can take us somewhere. We put our money back into professional mixing and mastering. We have a video guy on our team who doing amazing videos for us at a reduced price. You know, I've some the female friends who appear in the music videos are blind. Don't worry, Marcus, I have you. But then after a while, you know what I mean, this is a business. And if it is doing something for 4 years and it's not growing, as a business person, you have to realize that maybe this is the right attitude and the right product, but the wrong place.
Yeah.
And I think that me personally, I started, EDM opened me up to, because I started to realize, wait now, I actually getting paid to record tracks. I thought these producers want to pay me money to sing less lyrics on a track. Hey. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things now, and I'm not gonna say that EDM gonna make anybody a millionaire or anything like that. Just like everybody else I'm still building now. But
you're seeing your way, you're seeing our way, you're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel.
I think the world is yours now. So for me, I have done collaborations with persons all over literally all over the world. It's like from Taiwan to Czech Republic, to Slovenia and Serbia and Nigeria.
Let me tell you something, great boy. Let me tell you something, right? Now listen to this. People have the wrong perception of something, right? Like, for instance, for years people used to say, boy, if you're in Jamaica and you really can't sing dancehall to the wider world. Once you're from the Caribbean, they don't care, you know.
Exactly. And
No, Jamaica, no. When people hear Jamaica, they think of Bob Marley,
yeah.
right? They think of Sean Paul. But yet still, once you're from the Caribbean, they don't care.
No, and I think you and I feel like you and I had this conversation personally, you know, we're real familiar.
Yeah.
I would say that, so I used to think about it. And I still to this day try my best to keep it 100% Trini. So some things I may not say, like, you know, like tech instead of take, you know. I would try and keep it as Trini as possible. But then I realized, you know, the global music market, they see Caribbean now. They don't really care if you're from Jamaica or Trinidad or Barbados. So
yeah, they don't know.
The Caribbean should be a brand now. Like being from Africa is a brand. Afrobeat is
That's
a brand.
right.
We don't like most of the artists are from Nigeria, right? Most of the Afrobeat artists that we like. But then there are some from other parts of Africa, but we don't really care. We just like Afrobeats. Then
Yeah, Afrobeat, yeah.
Same thing, like some from Puerto Rico, some from Colombia, some from other Latin American countries, but we don't care. You know, we just hear so it's the same thing with here, and I feel like
exactly
music coming out of Trinidad, we in the Caribbean we tend to be like, nah, this Jamaican or this Trini or this, or you're trying to sound like them Jamaican. But for me, I just feel, yes, be your authentic self. I do believe in using your accent, but at the same time, however you feel to express yourself, you find your sweet spot. I think we overthink and talk too much in the Caribbean, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we doing
you
all
see,
this
we have to set more trends. I think we have to set more trends than try to, because a lot of times, all right. Now I saw also you did a collaboration with the artist from Kenya, right?
But from Nigeria.
It's from Nigeria, right?
Yeah, right. And interestingly enough, dancehall and soca is playing in these African countries. They know. I remember when I was in London before the pandemic. Mikey's roommate is from Kenya, and he was saying that he knew this song Isaac Blackman, To the Ceiling. He was saying that that's like a song that he grew up on. So that's another thing too. I realize in a lot of music from our culture traveling the world, but the song does travel and the artist don't travel. And that is something I you know, like I've been to, you know, and even in EDM, like one of the biggest EDM songs is Bungie Garland Jungle Bay, which is with Skrillex and Diplo. Any club, Israel club, when I go away, any club I've been to, I have heard that song, you know. And it's one of those things. And
nobody know. You just mentioned that song, and nobody know about that song.
And I understand people know Bungie, but I just feel like they mean like those persons who not in the Caribbean market may not know what he looks like, but they know the name because they know that song. You know? And I just wanted to say with Kes, I told Kes and management decided that I have a brethren from Chicago who DJs, you know, a lot of, and he had his own Latin club and stuff. And he told me he used to play a lot of soca. And it's like soca will play in Latin mixes and mash up Latin clubs, but the artists will go in them arenas now. They'll stick to Labor Day. That. So that's our next thing that happening too. I feel like, I mean, and that's
so is it that situation, all right, because you said earlier that you didn't wait for a promoter to buy your ticket. When you realize you had to go outside, you spend your own money, you ask to say by a friend. Do you think the artists, the soca artists per se, not pushing that envelope as they should?
No, they just do that, but they're just playing it safe. We just playing that. Soca artists just playing it safe.
And there's no knock to any soca artist because everybody journey different, right? And everybody built differently and everybody grind different, right? But I do think that yes, soca is growing. Yes, carnival is growing. It's inevitable. It's you know, there's soca in Dubai, soca this, soca, but to me, it's the same audience. It's the same audience.
The same Caribbean diaspora.
But if you ask somebody in Dubai who never met a Trinidadian, who never met anybody who went to that event, they don't know about it. And I think that nothing is wrong with that, you know. Because at the end of the day, soca is still clocking some serious numbers in terms of crowds and in terms of reach. But if it is we want to take it to the next level, I personally think that soca artists need to start experimenting and collaborating with other artists of other genres, right? If it is they don't want to do that, I totally respect that because there's a purity of soca I love. And I think soca is successful in its own right, you know. But if we want to talk Grammys and if we want to talk Billboard charts and all that kind of stuff, it may not be soca in its purest form. It may be the experimental stuff like what Nile are doing. You know, it may be.
Yeah, but haven't we tried that, Brave Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hasn't that been tried? I mean, from coming up, we experiment with well, before EDM there was house. They always used to have, you know, soca house remixes. I always say that should have been the part for soca to line itself with England and the house and the dance and the kind of thing instead of the dancehall and the hip hop. But hasn't it, we been trying everything? I mean, to me, soca has experimented with it.
And
the dancehall with
Afrobeat. You are 1000% right. But the only thing I would say, the difference between then and now is social media. And I feel like we needed a Jean-Michel Gibert, or we needed a
Jean-Michel,
yeah, like we needed rituals, or we needed it's Cabazon, right, Christian?
Yeah, we needed a Chris Blackwell.
Yes, Chris Blackwell.
No, Chris Blackwell.
Right.
What Chris Blackwell did with Bob Marley, Jamaica, that's what we.
But the thing is, why, and this is why I trying to tell people is like, yo, the internet's so accessible right now. You don't need that. And I'll give you an example. Like one of my songs signed to Zumba now, right? And I make that happen. You know what I mean? I don't have a Chris Blackwell. I don't even have a manager dog. Like I just doing all this myself. So I just decided this is who I want to meet. I find them the information online, message a bunch of Zumba instructors, talk to them, and I took a week to just find all that information, talk to people, and I got somebody connected me to the person, and I was able to get it. So I just saying that is like, now Zumba is not a record deal. It's something not big. It's okay, but at the end of the day, I just feel like we not doing these things now. And this is not just so.
It's a different avenue.
And I'll tell you something. When first day I was in London, I was walking on the road, and some fellow was ponging Rion Elbone. Dreams. I stopped the fella. I thought it was a person playing a joke on me. Kind of surprising me now, like you know, like because he knew I was coming to London. Flagged down the man thought I was crazy. Right? There's some fella from the UK, a youth from the UK, and asked him, "Yo, you know the song, you know, about Trinidad?" He said, "He not from Trinidad, but he just love the Trinidad vibes. He like the Swanee and the this and the that." And he's a man not Trini, not necessarily Caribbean, just a London black youth who like this. And I wasn't in a Caribbean neighborhood. So it's like the the artist Boy, Trinidad artist Boy. He is on a big UK artist album and nobody talking about it. So I just saying it's like, I feel there's a disconnect now in terms of people making certain moves happening and making it make sense and letting artists fly and travel. We're doing the same thing over and over. Every year.
All right. Yeah. But with everything that we're discussing, Braveboy, what is your, all right, knowing what happened in the past, what presently is happening, what is your decision moving forward as an artist?
Me personally, I have had to focus on I will say this in the most politically correct way, right? But I've had to unlearn a lot of what I learned being from Trinidad and Tobago from a strategy perspective, because we are taught to focus on live. Our entire music industry in Trinidad and Tobago is based on live. Radio and live. If you do not get your song on the radio and if you do not get any gigs, you do not have a career, right? Because even to get endorsements and get brands to pay money, they want to know that you pop in.
Yeah, song play. Yeah, numbers. So the numbers game.
I have discovered other outlets because Mark Hardy was more known than Braveboy, right? Braveboy, you know, like people know Mark Hardy and Young Rod, like that name people could still say that name and people know that. But me rebranding as Braveboy in Trinidad, I don't really have a lot of songs on the radio here now. But that doesn't mean I don't have a career, because I have a song that was featured on Fast and the Furious Spy Racers on Netflix. I just signed a song to Zumba. You know, the Cleveland Cavs use one of my songs for a video on Instagram.
I saw that.
That's what I'm saying. So, and this is not me boasting. This is just me. I want to put this information
talking about your move, so
that people will understand that there's so many different markets in the world. You know what I mean? And I listen, the radio in Trinidad real support me. I have 100% love for the DJs, you all included. I always show me support. But it's just one of those things where there are other avenues now. So what I do now is like, I have certain songs, like I'll plug this. Myself and Joanna Chuckery, the piano girl, we're supposed to be releasing our song soon. That is really for more this market to start, you know. But then I have songs that mightn't be for this market, so I mightn't come to the radio with those songs. Sometimes I have a little teaser out if a DJ hit me up and say, yo, that song bad, send it to me. I will send it, and if they say interview, yeah, you know. But for me, I have had to focus more on the international scope, and because of COVID, a lot of things happened and opportunities, but I can't travel right now, right? Until the borders fully open and that Delta, you know, I mean, there's a lot going on in the world that I wanna protect my folks as well too, right? So to answer your question, I think for me, I just see something different, and I think that one experience opened it up for me going to Ultra. I think I always was open-minded, but realizing that EDM is a good networking genre too now. Like I was able to meet people real fast. Even people ask me how I release so much music, because music expensive to make, right? And the honest truth is I found ways to broker deals with producers and artists where we work together. And I can tell you, I own my masters, you know. If not the full master, I own at least some percentage of my master.
But Braveboy, you ought to get Braveboy management just now, boy.
No, I think people always tell me that I would make a good manager or somebody, and I will do it, but I do have this part to fulfill, while I'll feel that I never, you know, it's something I set out to do years ago, and I have a chance now, you know what I mean? If it was like, give up, yes, boy, this ain't for you, I would have said, you know what, let me just manage the artist and get everybody here. So, but what I do though.
Right, you're doing you right now, yeah.
And not only that, and there are certain artists I really connect with, like, you know, like as brethrens and sisters, and would pull a link for them now, you know what I mean? Like Teja is one of them, Michael Teja, like, you know, there's a licensing venture that I worked on, and he's one of the artists that took a chance with me, you know, to give me some of his music to try to get licensed out there, and, you know, so Teja is a man I always, if I could, I'll say, yo, this artist, you know, Steph Kalu, Rhodes, you know what I mean?
As you mentioned Steph Kalu,
right?
Let me get off for the music right now, man. Come
Sure.
Huh? You and Steph Kalu, or you all ever, you know, you all in a any, you know?
But everybody's asked that, but we are like, we are like homies, like literally. It's funny, people just call us the.
Really, you Steph Kalu homie?
Yeah. People
Steph Kalu homie. A man, is it possible for a man to be Steph Kalu's homie? I want to be Steph Kalu's homie. Okay. A fellow artist.
Yeah. Once told me, you can't knock down everything in the industry.
No, not everything, but I mean,
because you
not everything.
You wouldn't be able to do business. Yes,
I should.
No, but for real,
yeah, I should.
Steph is really my homie, and I think, you know, it is too. I think how we met when she was with somebody. And it was one of those things, we met professionally now. We met in a setting, and and at this time I had somebody too, so we just became friends now, you know. And I think honestly, people always ask that, but I'll tell you shit up. Or they can look for something.
You're professional. You're keeping it professional.
Yeah.
You're keeping it professional. I'm proud of you, boy, Braveboy.
Not bass, bass don't have that in it.
Bass.
No, man, I keep it professional.
Let me talk about our bass, because a few friends tell me that a man cannot be friends with an attractive woman.
That is not true. That is not true.
It's true. Huh? No, he cannot be friends, but he will always want something to happen. I don't care who he is. You could be the nicest guy. A man will always be there waiting in the wings.
Nobody you really see like she like a sister to me. You don't have that energy with anybody.
Who? Yes, I real sisters, but they're not attractive.
Well, I can't.
So you say, you're ugly sisters, though?
Yeah, all my sisters are ugly.
I will tell you something to her. Something I learned early in life is that women are very, very influential and powerful in this world. Women are very nurturing, are very loving. And some of the best opportunities I have gotten in business and music
from
women. Female friends.
If
I'd hook up with
and they're not going to spoil that.
And if I'd mess them up, and if I was, you know, and they don't talk to me again, those opportunities may not happen.
No, they just talk. They was always talking. You gotta make sure they're talking there. You gotta make sure they keep talking there. They're talking there.
So it's talking there. And then to me, honestly, bro, like I have been around so many, and I say this is not boasting, it's just honest talk. Like from my travels and from them thing, bro, like I've been around so
it's like
many
nothing.
hot girls that you start to realize that beyond looks now, you know what I mean? Like when you're
True.
you know what I mean? Like a hot girl is a hot girl, you know, like unless you have
Yeah, you ever meet a hot girl? You ever meet a hot girl? Yeah, hot, she hot.
yeah.
But you realize yourself, she could only be a friend, and she hot.
All the time, and that's the thing, like I can't. To me, intellect real important, right? And being able to connect with somebody. And I talking about, I'll give one else story. The first time I performed with Bad Royal, it had like 5 white girls waiting for me to come off the stage. They don't know what
I'm talking about.
Man.
If it was bass.
If it was bass, he knocked. No, but for me, and I remember talking to them, and I remember they weren't telling me anything interesting.
Yeah, they were dumb blondes.
I was on a mission, and my mission was to network and focus. And I felt personally that as hot as these girls are in my face right now, it's now worth trying. Like I want to say it is like the universe give me this opportunity, and I not gonna F it up.
Yeah, F it up with that kind of energy, you know, that kind of dumb blonde energy.
Hot and you know what I mean? They were able to, you know, to click. I could click with them on a, you know what I mean? Like click with them on a level or something. So that is just me. As I say, everybody different. Base, I don't. It might be built differently, and I respect.
No, I mean, I'm not a whore. I'm not a whore. I'm just saying that it's difficult. But base what talk about base?
Inside.
No.
This is a scavenger.
A scavenger,
no journey call there.
I want to welcome Mark Iron on the live, you know, entrepreneur, promoter, band leader. Welcome to the live, Mark. We have Brave-Boy, of course.
He's a Mark too.
Of course, I'm a virgin.
Mark and Mark, boy.
Mark, no, the thing about Mark, though, I want to tell people on the live, Mark and myself come from way back. I'm talking about, I used to play in Mark parties for when he used to go CIC.
Well, I went CIC, so I know him from CIC. I used to prefect over him.
Yeah, boy.
Good night.
And he's such a and thing, boy.
Yeah.
So you want a higher form?
Yeah. I am 36 now.
Where?
I'm 36 now, so I assume I was like about 4 years or 5 years ahead. 4 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but me wonder about that St. Mary's thing, you know. Trinity,
You come
St. Mary's produced a lot of Private Ryan.
Of course, yeah, man, St. Mary's.
Mohammed from Freetown.
Now, Mark, the thing about you before we get into what you're doing now, because we're not in the festivities for the last 2 years, no carnival, right? And before we get into what you're doing now, because I know you do other things, because we don't have any parties, we can't have any juvie. And for those who are live, tell them a little bit about your come up, how you came into the game. Because when I met you doing the work with your aunt for Carnival Babies, designing costumes for children, right?
Well, I wasn't that designer, but I used to do a good bit for the band and thing in terms of the marketing and whatnot. No. So basically, out the whole carnival industry, I was born into that, man. I not really have a choice to say, hey, you don't want it, but you know, you wake up in the morning and it's costume around you all over the place, all kind of things. So you really have a choice now. But I was more on the event side of things, man. And coming out, same thing as the other talk, in the CIC days, party was something that was now coming out to me now. Form 4 days, Form 5s. You always had the influence on St. Joseph Convent right next door and thing. That's how the party scene really started for me, thinking like through parties, and that was the whole thing. That was the look. A party was a party promoter was the thing in that to me. But it was only when you get inside it and you realize, boy, this could be a business, and your mindset changed from primary school to bypass secondary school, tertiary school, and they say, wait, boy, I can make a career out of this, you know. Let me see how we can do something here. And then 2017 is when we look at it and I say, boy, parties was only so much. You throw an event here, 1,500 people, 2,000. Based on all, you'll know that all the DJing, all my events, everything, performing my
Watch that. When this man throwing parties, right? When I started with these parties, now remember I was getting men, my peers on radio.
Yeah,
and a man might show a party and I might say I 150 or 200. Now I go into this youth party and see 1,000, 1,200 and 1,500 people and I say, but wait, what's going on? He get rich from secondary school.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but it was just about transforming that party thing, and I looking at a bigger horizon. I see, boy, this Juve thing. I seen bands on the road. I will always make a joke and tell people that when I was growing up, I used to say, boy, you see that Island People band and thing? I need one of that, boy. I want one of that. And I had to study how to get that. Me, sleepless nights I dreaming. But 2017 come, you jump in the game, you work hard, do what you have to do, and make the right people. Then go live, we get lecturer plenty in the first year. People real bash, we do what we have to do. All you know how the industry is. It's not a nice place for everybody now coming in and trying to get a piece of something inside it. The game never even know it. The same way the music industry is the same way promoters, everybody is. They always want to bite somebody and eat something.
A doggy dog business.
And that where the passion comes in now. That where you had a love what you do, bro.
But you know that the hard part about it is them little stones they throw here. You gotta come with bigger rocks now. So that's how I just look at it. 2017, you start up the Juve campaign, 400 people. 2018, 900 people, 400 to 900. 2019, 1,600 people. 2020, 2,800 people. So that in itself is a story. Why I can't even explain it. But yeah, that's what the plan was, and we executed well. It was hard work.
Yeah, man.
You know, the thing is inside here, but that way
I remember the first time I was around the Dirty Medics. I was really impressed with the organization. I say, boy, these fellas real organized.
Yes,
man,
you and Saucy give me a pull out that here. I couldn't forget that is what 2018 or something. 2018. Yeah. I have the videos just there watching the videos and saying, boy, this is some serious growth here. This COVID thing just coming from nowhere. Stop off right there. Or we continue and going forward past that. So that's my conversations right now with everybody. How we moving post COVID-19?
Forward.
Will they do anything virtual by chance? Like, will they do any virtual?
Nah, I stayed away from the virtual thing, to be honest. For the past year, all we do was corporate social responsibility. The committee members, we have a women's arm, right? All the female promoters, big up to all the ladies in Dirty Medics, come together, doing hamper drives, all them kind of thing. That is what we do for the past year. Nothing other than that. Support our members who support us for the past 4 years. That's how we look at it for the past year. I didn't want to jump in that whole virtual campaign, that virtual event. That's not for me right now, boy. I was being to be part of that.
No, a lot of times people see the glory, they see the success of Mark Iron, they see Dirty Medics, they see the parties, the events, and they think, well, hey, a man that get lucky will get through. What were the ones that are coming up? For the ones that, because just like how you made it, have the younger ones coming up and will look up to you, right? But what are some of the challenges you had to face, basically, you know, putting a band together, putting an event together? What are some of the real challenges you faced?
Well, to be honest, why go and tell you here? Any young person coming into the industry, you might not get as hard as we, but when we committed, I remember the first person telling me, well, you feel all you going with a band, boy. That's what they tell me, you know, I ain't going to call
somebody tell all you that?
I ain't on the drama thing, so I ain't calling no names or nothing, but
when
some big promoters, well, you feel all you going with that little band, boy. Support wasn't no way. Name support, you know, in that first year, boy. What? If it wasn't for my diehard brethren, all of them, boy, I might try and flank down or something, but hard work and consistency is something that you have to keep out there now. Because when that first one, when they say, boy, when you feel you going to that band, if you get 100 people, you get plenty, boy. That 2017, boy. That why I face with. And I say, boy, how this thing gonna come off, boy? What gonna happen? But I always have a dream, boy. I have a vision. It ain't done as yet. It have plenty more to come. So once you keep your head on the straight and narrow, integrity is okay. You're in the best places, boy. Keep your head up. I tell any young person, just keep your head up and keep on going forward.
Yeah, boy, me and
never
boy.
kill nobody. So
yeah, of course. I mean, you know, people will discourage you and think it's because of fear, you know. It's not because you can't do it, you know. It's because they can't do it. It's fear, just fear. You know, people is in this country.
that's the problem.
Fear, just fear, man. Yeah, boy.
It had the ones that go and come along with you on the journey, and when you realize you're traveling far, boy,
yeah.
You get too big, boy. You go on and you change all that. You know the thing is go down the road, but
What about friends you came up with something? You ever had to like change your? Well, of course, you know, change your friends. You know, sometimes with growth, you just have to leave certain people behind, that kind of thing.
Well, at the end of the day, if you have a goal and you have obstacles inside it, and you choose to let the obstacles keep you back, why supposed to tell you? I 100 meter sprint, I jumping over them hurdles. If you get left behind, then it might sound bad and harsh, but that's just reality.
But that's life. That's life.
Really your friends, they go support you. They go understand.
Yeah.
Support, boy.
Yeah,
boy. One thing Chinese don't understand support is this. You also give me a compliment, you know. Or go give me a free costume now. Or go you can give me a band. Or go you can give me this. Or go you can give me that.
Boy, the party done. You ain't know if your party selling out, but the first thing on your phone is, I'm gonna come here there, boy. Like when I was the scene.
Yeah.
Rusty, you know that. Oh, God. Give me a little blind, take the little thing now, boy. Say you go buy one more cup now, boy.
Yeah, well, he will know about that, yeah. If everybody wanted to come by your place, they're free by Brave-Boy, boy.
No, I must big up Mark because I used to do Roscoe's and I know I remember this, right? Like Mark actually, now we just remember each other face from CIC, and I remember him coming by the door and paying, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember because he was somebody supporting, I would have come to one or two people now. Like that was my personality regarding, you know. It depends on how people approach me. If it is they come at my door and they say, hey, all I need to get in free ice so and so this or that, you know. But yeah, I went through that, you know, and it especially in this industry, I would say, and with Sweet Girls, it have a kind of entitlement, and that's something people talk about.
That's why they just call me a beast. I do promotions and too, right? I used to do something called the Reggae Dancehall Sundays at a place called the Hive in Arima. Really, the Reggae Sunday was kind of like my thing. Watch me.
Yeah.
You know what used to get me vexed? And this is nothing against any LGBTQ community, right? You see them butch lesbians and them? Like to dress up like the butch lesbian, they like to dress up like men. Okay, I'm not against you. But you want to come ladies free before 12.
Oh, God.
Right? You're butch lesbian. I see you as you're looking like me. So you want to come ladies free before 12 and say, one boy base, I can't get, you know. I say, no, you cannot get in. You pay. You know, so now if a guy was supposed to come in drag or something and dress like a woman, I would let him in because that's what I see you are. You know what I mean? You think I'm wrong for that? I let butch lesbians pay. I tell them to pay. Pay your money, spend your money, pay. Like me. I'm not against you, but spend your money.
But I want to tell you something, not to stray away from what we're talking about. I admire, you know, the fact that you understand the promotion aspect of it. Brave-Boy and also Mark and well, bases are better or anything. I also started parties back in the days. I used to keep a party called Direction. Now listen to this, right? I started a party. Listen, I made my first party. I made over $5,000, and I spent $500. I rented a tent and an outside toilet. I got the bar on consignment. I got all my friends to decorate, and it was my mother's yard. Right? And from that, and so that was the first party, right? So the party went to, the first party had about 250 people. The yard ram. The second party now, like let me say about 5 months after we decided to keep it, a brethren of mine now come and tell me, say, we will keep the party by me. My yard bigger, thing. I said, all right, nice. Now, back in the days, we had no Instagram, we had no Facebook. So what we used to do is have the nice artwork and with flyers, right? So your boy do a whole 2-3 months of promotion, nice flyers, nice artwork, going up a Rima by the dial, going to Feliman, these clubs, passing it out promotion, right? The day of the party, listen to what I'm telling you, fellas, the day of the party, the morning I call my brethren. I said, bro, here start the sound system and come and put on the music and things. He said, give me 2 minutes, I go and call you back. Listen to this, after how much a month of promotion. My boy call me back again. Yeah, but no problem, boy. You can't have the party by me again. My landlord cursing. I said, you know you was renting?
Yeah.
Right? So he was renting. So I know my head hot. I studied all these months of promotion. We don't know Instagram, we don't know Facebook at time. What I do now? So here what I did. I hire a maxi. A big maxi. Back in the days, people really have people traveling. And when people came to the party, I got my father's house, which was also around the same capacity as my brethren, to show the party last minute. I had to beg my stepmother, right?
Yeah.
So why you didn't do that first? Why you didn't know that in the first place?
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't
exactly. I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you know that.
Right. So I had to, interestingly, I had dirty 3/4, and I like a conductor shuttling people to the party, right?
Mm.
I couldn't care how they reach back home.
but they reach in the party. Yeah.
Right. So and they reach in the party was nice, you know. But the point is, fellas, a lot of times people see the glory and they don't know the story now. They don't know what we go through as artists, as people in the arts, artists, promoter, that kind of thing.
No, sometimes when I tell people how much it costs to make a song, or how much it costs to make a music video, it's the trips that I tell you about, or anything, just just keeping clothes, this, that, it adds up now. And it's like, you gotta really love this. And as a party promoter, Mark, I only did club nights, so I can imagine what you had to go through doing two big events and things.
One on the side so far, boy, but
one thing I go rate Mark with, right? He don't short change here. He just pay. And we never had a bad.
I don't
when Mark telling, hey, come pay money, it's correct.
Rossi, I can't be begging you to come pay money, boy. Put that out there.
No, and that is a good trade, bro. Like,
hey,
I owe nobody no money.
Your name good.
Yeah, boy, your name good. Watch my real promoters. There's some promoters dead. I know me money still, you know.
What?
Telling you about it.
That's some promoters.
Watch.
Brave-Boy.
They take the money to the grave.
Take the money to the grave, boy.
No, I don't know if we could call names of events and things here, but
I
remember this thing called Borders Festival. They had something called Borders Festival with big B-Mobile sponsorship and this and that.
I believe so. I'm not totally sure.
It was supposed to be this big festival in the stadium, and thing popped down, man, still here, moving around normal. I remember it had some considered Richie Spice on them in the stadium too, and man didn't pay nobody, man disappeared, you know. It's interesting how that is happening so much in such a small country.
Yeah, boy.
Let me tell you something. Exposure. You want to promote that once, right? Now listen to this, right? First of all,
careful, choose your words wisely, boy.
This promoter linked me. That was in 2010. I had Keisha gave it. This is the girl pumping time. What's our wine? What's our wine? Right? So this promoter linked me. Now, first of all, I wasn't on the cast, right? But you know what? As a radio man, when them promoters and them come and say, and I get a reminder, oh yeah, boy, kid, you sing that boy. Yeah, what's going on now? I will get X, Y, Z, I go put you on the show. I'm doing some new flyers this week. So my boy came for an interview, promoted on the station. He said, well, all right, think. I wait for the show. Where's your price? Now, really and truly, it's a few promoters that has pay me after the play, right? Normally, I go take a down payment. But the boy seemed so genuine, right? I said, all right, cool, we're going to do it. Sing, promote, thing. He had oh God, where's these fellas who say, my money, My money.
Yeah.
Man.
I can't remember the name. It was
Merital, yes, Merital.
Yeah.
Right. So the man had me, the man had Merital. Trinidad wasn't out yet. So he had me and Treasons. Right? Me and his Eastern trip. And we go on the event, ting. So we waiting to perform, but we're not going to perform until we get down payment. The man come saying, he say, boy, everything fixed, Merital performing, please ram out. Then we do so, we waiting for down payment. The man say, all right, he come back this town. Hour pass, 2 hours pass. Last artist performing on this stage.
Money, haha. Money really, haha.
Watch that. That is the man disappear. When we hear what happened, like the man had money for artists and all on the stage, you know. So he does decide to try event and tell artists, all right, yeah, your money show, yeah, your money show, yeah, your money show. I had no idea how he was winning on paper. No, the party look wrong, but that doesn't mean he make money because a lot of people just come in and compliment you.
No, and that's the
That's our next thing too. Everything looking ram, but people don't know.
You give away, gain away, the whole party free to make it look good. That's what promoter doing.
But you know, interesting. I never had a bad experience with Tobago promoter. Interestingly enough,
Tobago, yeah.
We used to get
but first of all, to jump on that plane, you must get something.
Yeah.
Right.
No, like honestly, the promoters from Tobago like treat us like stars.
They have more respect.
Like, police escort,
yeah.
hotel, all inclusive. It was a whole different vibe. It was like
I feel the promoters in Tobago just watch me like cartel and nobody want them actually.
Yeah, the respect.
But I appreciate it, and even like, you know, I mean, they really, they don't have us in one little hole somewhere here, and then the big artists here. I remember Jackie had a tent. We had a tent next to Jackie. Somebody else had a tent next to us, and it was respectful. Because we had food, drink, we had a little, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You see what Brave say?
That's real nice.
No. Beside Mark, I ain't seen everybody live. Any event Mark have, if I want a bottle or whatever, I just get. So I ain't talking about Mark here, right?
Yeah.
But that's some promoter.
As a promoter, boy, I tell you all here. Once you come reasonable to me, I have no issues. But it has some artists that want to bring some riders, boy. I tell you, boy, I don't want the
riders, yeah.
No, well, I would tell you some money flip. Because remember, when I was doing Roscoe's now, sometimes I didn't have budget to pay artists to perform, but because I'm in the industry, there are a lot of artists I was cool with. But if it's one thing I do, if you come to my event and you are a celebrity or a local personality, I treating you like a VIP. I personally coming out, getting a parking space for you, walking in, sending it to the VIP, sending bottles for you, making sure you meet people. And I just think that it's not about money all the time, it's respect now. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of, but on the flip side, I have experienced promoters now. Myself and Rods would perform a lot, 2 people. I would always say, we need 2 mics. It's 2 of us. We reach, they say, yeah, no scene. About to perform, they push 1 mic in our face. The whole crowd watching us.
I hear that.
Right? So, to me, it's respect. I just think it's respect. And I think that, you know, like, even if a promoter don't have the money to pay you, how that promoter would have treated you and showed you a certain amount of respect might make you be like, you know what, bro? No scene, we'll work it out. You know?
You know? Respect, you know, and real people don't have that for people, you know.
Yeah.
If you get that one word intact, you will see a whole change in the whole thing.
Boy,
So talking about
bottle of water.
Yeah, boy, a bottle of water. Yeah, you gotta buy your own water, boy. You gotta buy your own bottle of water in some place, boy.
Watch that, base.
That's
it's about promoter.
Yeah.
It's about promoter. The man that shows some of the biggest shows, though. I'm not trying to tell you. Some of the biggest shows, the biggest artists.
Yeah, I know.
So, I'm not going to talk the man that's spare. He just get down payment and he just spare. But
you gotta buy everything.
But you
gotta buy everything, yeah. Well, but you can't blame him. Imagine you are the biggest show with all these artists. That is your whole bag on there. You wicked up.
And I think I would have seen the little experience I had with the American music industry, right? And I know it's two different levels. Obviously, Trinidad is an island. Certain things limited, etc. Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I was just a featured act like that. It was them fellas show Bad Royal show. I just some Trini Virgin who roll in with them, and I get everything: free drinks, my own little area. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. That's customary. That's customary, there, man.
Yeah, they carry us to the stage via go-kart. You know, you don't even have to walk anywhere. They just, and I think everything they gain enough bands, so you have access to anything you want. And I think after that, and then coming back and experiencing certain things from
boy.
But
you see, Trinidadians too greedy. There's overdo it. There's overdo it. There's overdo it as a promoter. Watch me. You know what it is, right? I mean, I'm first of all, a man bring about 10 people with him, right? Over the entourage thing, come now, man. I say, man, watch me. Nobody I me could say, let's bring about 10 man. I think if it's a woman, you bring a lucky or 2 people, a driver or something. If it's far, but you go bring about 10, 20 people with you, and all of them want to drink.
I tell you,
how much events I throw, and you see,
how much? That real money.
Yeah, boy.
$5,000
You see, you hire 1 man and you had to provide about 3 bottles of Hennessy and things.
That happened to
That's not fair, man.
To pay for the Hennessy after as the promoter. There's only promoter.
Yeah.
Advanced. I wouldn't call the artist name do it, but artists who me and the artist cool. I tell the artist we get Hennessy sponsorship, but it's limited bottles now. So each artist has
right. Oh good, that's the worst thing that.
Right. So but it was a prop too now because we're trying to get pictures for. So after the artists get their own Hennessy, there was a prop bottle. Well, the men drink all the prop bottle in 5 minutes.
Men go on with the prop bottle. I'm telling you, boy.
Tell me they don't know where it's gone.
That's the next thing. You just see them walking on with thing, and that's we. All they feel is a Thanksgiving now. Like, what it is, good. I just ask them, boy, but nah. So moving forward, you know what I mean? I suppose we had the COVID and thing after the COVID in terms of events and thing, Mark. You think it will have a vaccinated section and a non-vaccinated section? Look at my needle right there.
Well, but in terms of, you see outside there, you see London trying it, you see the US Virgin Islands trying it, vaccinated events. My problem with that in Trinidad, I'm going to tell you the plain facts, Trinidadians is lie. That's number 1. Trinidadians.
Yeah, they don't start to lie already. Don't start to lie already.
You see when it comes to vaccination, they don't try to lie about vaccination. Yeah. What is the method of providing to show if you're vaccinated or not? Make fake vaccination card, all kind of thing, boy. I just telling you the truth. It had nothing about that. So the fact about saying vaccinated section and not vaccinated section, I do agree with that. I do agree with that at all. The only thing, the only proven way out of this pandemic is by vaccination. That is the only way the scientists showing here. I'm not a scientist, I'm telling you straightforward, but if the people who study for hundreds of years telling you this, give them the benefit of the doubt now. Take the vaccine.
Yeah,
only when I see Dirty Medics do a vaccinate TT campaign, we doing our
but that is why I watch me. But that is why I gotta say, because I say if I was the Minister of Health or Tourism or something, I come into Dirty Medics, right? And I say Dirty Medics. Watch me, Dirty Medics. I want all you to do a vaccination campaign. You see all them people just having a Juve ban should reach about 2,000. Let's do a campaign and a Dirty Medics vaccination campaign. That is what you think. That is what I'm thinking.
I think what what tricky about it though, I mean, as I say, I still learning about everything, right? But I just try to educate myself on it as much as possible. It's like, even though the vaccine, you could still get COVID now. And
of course,
it is that we have the drive for the younger people, and the younger people want to do it so they can party again. But then it have older people who, for different reasons, may be anti-vaccines, as in, well, some people, whether it is just caution, whether it is religion, whether it is health.
And then more people still.
Well, no, the thing is, a lot of youth live with mommy and daddy.
Only laughing, only the more people want to go to them stay home.
The only thing is,
all people only want to stay home, go in the grocery and go in the bank when it's month end to get them money.
No, but what about the youths who live with their parents and their grandparents?
You two living with their parents and their grandparents? Let them stay in the bedroom.
No, but I serious note, understand what Mark, where Brave-Boy is saying it, because it's a kind of sensitive situation.
Yeah, it is.
But Rossi, all it growing up and thing, how much vaccine we take already?
Level vaccine.
And my
thing is,
A man taking all kind of thing and they want to take
back.
vaccine.
This is not what have now. And this
Big up Mars.
bag of shit.
I think the difference now is just there's too much information. I think back in the days, wherever TTT tell you, wherever 90.9 tell you.
Yeah.
It has social media, Dr. Boy.
Yeah, and I think it have a lot of misinformation on both sides, on vaccination and anti-vaccination. So it's tricky, and I'll tell you, like I have friends who in Brooklyn and on LA and stuff, and they telling me that the Delta, it's rumored that the Delta reached there, right? And even with certain vaccinations, you could contract, you could
still get it,
and then you could give it to somebody else who not vaccinated.
That's right.
So you are like the solution, I think, is for everybody to get vaccinated. I think that no matter what, I think that is the best possible. It comes with the risk. We're not saying that.
You all know that me right through. I'm not comfortable, I need to get back out there, you know.
Yeah, no,
you all know that Gamma reached Tobago, right?
Yeah. You keep saying this Gamma, boy.
No, that is
Gamma, Brazilian, I mean.
Right, Brazilian. Variant is in Tobago. The first case was recorded today.
No, and
we now get that.
I went to Tobago before Easter, like 2 weeks before Easter.
Hey, Pali.
And I remember coming off the plane, driving to my destination, and I see people pumping like normal, no masks. It was like a free for all. And I heard Easter was worse. So it's like we don't know. My only thing about now, I am in entertainment, I am a socialite, I like to party, everything. I miss Lyman, but my only concern is that we like to overdo in Trinidad. And I feel like people feel that because they're vaccinated, they can't get COVID, 1. And 2 is like everything back to normal now. Like I don't know if you
look, just the other day I went to do a virtual parent event and thing, and the man reaching out to shake my hand and thing, and you know me, I say, yeah, buddy, no, come on, thing, hello, and he tell me, I know, and here he telling me, my base don't get no horrors now, but I fully vaccinated. I say, and so what? You fully vaccinated, and so what? You know, if I vaccinate, you know what thing, partner, elbow. You know what I mean? And watch me, this was me before COVID. People used to be reaching out to shake my hand. Right? And I think because I used to see all kind of man in all kind of events and thing coming out of the bathroom, they ain't washing their hand and all kind of thing. I was always, you see me, I was social distancing, sanitizing before COVID. That's anybody about me. I was real thing before COVID. So even though I was
on the live, she's gonna be on the live next week, by the way.
Okay. I will.
So I have a question, RKG, right? So all the gals in Trinidad and Tobago who are real women, what they've been doing for past year and a half? That is a question I have. The man who are 8 and 9 and 10 women. Because it's a real discussion because at the end of the day, you have to be safe, right? So that is something we should discuss as well because
Though that is a very
serious thing. That's serious thing there.
Yeah, but we talking that, and since the pandemic, 3 double palm gone up.
3 double palm.
3 double palm going up. Building double palm going up.
But yes, how you know that?
Okay, you could see that one by me here, that one by me. That one by me, you must see it.
What are your rooms looking like?
I come on knowledge.
What are your rooms looking like this? What are your rooms looking like?
Yeah, the room of them nice, the room of them nice. They have TV and thing. Real nice. But 3 double palm going up by. No, well, one man tried to TV, like what you have in the back there. Thing. But no, but you treat since the pandemic, 3 double palm in business. Double palm in business. So what does that say? If 3 double palm could go, what does that say?
It's men who just like STDs and HIV and all those things. Just like there's a risk of if you want your wife now, if you want your girl, you risk bringing that home. You no risk bringing home COVID too now. So it's one of them things where I mean we're joking about it, but I really feel like that is something that needs to be addressed now because it spread.
Now, but I feel men cool down. Men cool down. The economy too. The economy real hard too bad now. The economy real hard.
Cool down. It had to deal with one woman.
Yeah, the economy cool down.
It had to deal with one woman. Or you want to deal with 2 and 3?
2 and 3. I'm telling you, boy. This
I just had to deal with one red woman. Shut live right now.
Yeah. A red one too, eh? Yeah. By the way, Dirty Medics are the best red woman, boy. The best red woman for Carnival. I'm telling you, boy.
Yeah.
The best of the best.
I'm telling you, the red woman and dirty medics, like he does.
Make up all the dirty medics heels on them one time.
Yeah, but the red woman partner, trust me.
Marco is all them beautiful women to be a partner to the medics. Pay them out.
I pay them. I have $0. I ain't pay nobody, boy. It's the pure vibes. What I'll do, I'll send all some dirty medics jerseys, put it on, tell me what happened after a week. Right? That's the best day. Put it on.
Yeah.
Like always the brand, it's not me. I ugly man. It's not me. It's the brand they running down.
Brand by the dirty medics by they like the needle, they like the big needle, dirty medics.
Mark, dirty medics, you ever do a Juve rhythm? Or you ever do like a Juve rhythm?
That's a great idea, boy.
Dirty medics.
Once it
Mark, if you leave out then I already been talking, friendship done.
Yeah.
But you're not a soca artist, but
Who's that?
RKG.
Oh, is that?
Why?
Because you're an artist.
He's an artist.
Hey, by the way, fellas, as some new music coming, I'm gonna stick it in. As some new music coming, that is all. As some new music coming.
When it drop in?
So you ain't give me a little preview.
Give me a gauge, give me something, huh?
Yeah, give me a little preview now.
Nah. The next live.
Nah.
Instagram will come.
RKG just feel people on the TV thing by.
They say bass is people song. All you know bass right running songs, right? Or you know the song? The way you whine and bend over. Or you know bass write that song?
Well,
Yeah, I didn't
bass write that song. Bass give them some hits from the past now.
Wine and bend over the jamming from Denise Belfort. Rocky
Carnival is back now.
I actually remember that.
Yeah.
You had a song on the rhythm as well. The geometry.
Yeah, that's one of the rhythm together. Rocky Carnival is back now.
They didn't play that song for us.
You read Skettle song, what is that boy? Saucy Skettle song.
Hold on, Saucy baby. All she Skettle, most of the tunes that she didn't like and make it. The Jamet was there. The Jamet was there.
All the bad girls should be writing, boy.
Let me ask you a question, because as from a writer perspective, how do you feel about the evolution of writing in the soca industry? As in comparing the writing in the 80s and the 90s, mainly in the 90s.
You're absolutely wrong on that question, because people go and get right up. Go ahead.
No, but
what do you mean?
Why
no business?
Yeah,
of course. No, it's come a long way. It's a business right now. Look, the other day, wins for Joker Devines. That a poor man. Wins for Joker Devines, say he couldn't even go to high-low.
Question before you answer. Writers now, I still feel in 2021, writers getting the credit they deserve for writing songs?
Well, if the credit don't matter now, you could go to the bank, you're getting your money.
All right.
The hell with credit. You're getting your money. If a man want to say, boy, write this tune and big up yourself, big up your chest, you go right ahead, sir. Once I get paid, when the royalties come in. Right now it's a business because one of those same songs you mentioned there, the artist performing Soca Monarch, come third, say, bass out gay something. I ain't get shit up to now.
Nobody.
I'm telling you. And that many of that. Many of those because it wasn't a business then. But you're right, you get something for the song and thing. But when in terms of competition and all that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Then they didn't have that. So right now I like how the fellas handle it in terms of it's more of a business.
Business,
you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's more of a business. And that's what it had to be. It's music business. They don't call it the music business for nothing.
A lot more of them registering themselves, not just with cut, but like BMI and like.
Yeah. Because you can't depend on cut alone. If you want to depend on cut alone, it's best you cut off your foot. You can't depend on cut alone.
I was saying, me and Young Rod won a cut award for Fuel Price. I ain't get the award yet.
Yeah.
You see, look at
that. A certain man went and cut and slap up people like that with his.
I really hear that talk, but
Real talk.
Yeah.
But after this pandemic, we hoping for the best. We hope where you always see the thing going in the field, like the carnival and thing. By the way, you think first of all, you think we'll have a carnival 2022? Will we have enough people vaccinated to really have a 2022 carnival?
Well, I watched the statistics they put out there. 500K plus already have the first shot. It's wishful thinking to think that we will have something, but if you set yourself as a leader in the industry, you have to give them the right answer and the safe answer. So I don't want to give anybody any false hope that it will have carnival, but the responsible answer is once the statistics show and the people in charge, the health advisors tell me that we is a go, it will have a carnival. And no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But you gotta get like good sense prevail sometimes. Yeah, we go wanted, but it's a real treat.
Yeah, is it the right thing to do?
Yeah, if it's the right thing to do. You can't do that and say, well, hey, you make $1 million, you make money, but
I just want to stick up with
the right way.
Yeah.
Not to go back to what Brave-Boy said earlier, which is a great idea, and I think Mark, you should try to put that in place right now. I can link him with the producer. Doing a Dirty Medics rhythm for whenever carnival. Do it. Get the artist and put it on. What do you think, Brave-Boy?
No, but and that's the thing.
We go talk. That's a good idea, boy.
Yeah, no, and I think where I'm coming from, and that's what I'm saying, like, the stuff I'm doing outside of Trinidad, opening my mind to, I'm seeing so many income streams that these foreign people doing. Like, people making money off of video games, the music on video games, and porn. Oh, think about the music and porn. Somebody writing our music, right? You know?
So, I have real music for porn, boy.
So I've started to think like that, and I think, like, Dirty Medics is our brand, and to me is a very like I know personally. Yeah,
but how will he make money off of it? Explain to him how will he make money from it as being the executive producer. How will he make money from it?
I think no, you'll have a
because all RKG thinking is, you know, you getting with him to jump on it, you thinking about going to you don't study RKG.
Like streaming numbers and things. If you get 1 million streams, you know, it don't make you a millionaire, right? So but at the same time, I think you all have a following outside of Trinidad too.
Yeah.
Right?
And
I think
just
that
started we in Miami this year. We have a section for Juve outside in Miami,
right.
October 9th.
So Miami, okay, nice.
To be honest with you, it's more of a brand awareness promotional venture. But you could make some money from it. Right? You could probably at least make back money it costs to put in the rhythm.
My objective, boy, you see if it is we looking into that. I don't really look we make the money off it, but I use it as a marketing campaign.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's how you have to look at it. That's how you have to look at it.
A different demographic now, because we regular people mightn't really take on what a rhythm is, but I might tap into another little market with that. I might meet some other artists or kind of thing. You never know what can happen with it.
Well, something as well I found with Juve music in particular. There's a lot of Juve music. Like they don't ever have enough Juve music each year. Right, but so you make a Juve song this year, it might play for the next 5 to 10 years. You know,
my song Juve morning, blow your whistle. I still a classic that had a play. Speaking of Juve, what do you think about that Juve rum thing with Michael B. Jordan? I
don't know how much bacchanal is.
Of course, but don't be afraid to bring up thing now, man. Bring up thing now, man.
Yeah,
bring it, vomit now, man, vomit.
Me personally, I think we missed out on an opportunity there.
Right, thank you. I was hoping really,
yeah, Jen. Like, I understand people's complaints or people's what people were fussing about regarding the I think it was in the legal document they kind of had the wrong information about what Juve was. But at the end of the day,
cultural misappropriation.
Well, but I see it from a conversation could have happened, because it's not to say it's just Michael B. Jordan alone. It's a Trinidadian guy involved. And that Trinidadian guy, from what I've seen, is connected with a lot of people in the entertainment industry here. Right? So a conversation could have happened behind the scenes, like, here the scene, bro. We don't like what you did. There's a way to correct it. Carnival 2023. We want to do something together. Let's do an event with the tourism body, whatever. Bring down American celebrities and media. And let's, there's certain conversations could have happened to instead of canceling it. Now it's not called Juve Rum. Now there's no tie in our country. So we missed out on
my thing is just to add to that. People in Trinidad are too hypocritical, boy. That is the problem.
If again?
Yeah. One set of people say something, they jump on that bandwagon. Then they switch the tongue and they jump on the other one. For years, other people in the same industry, from band leader to designer to promoter, everything, would have take names and place it all the way outside on international markets, claim it as their own, claim the product as their own, claim the costume as their own, do everything as their own. What's the difference between somebody else doing that also too? Why all in go and do the same thing?
Exactly.
Or they get the same money off it.
Yeah.
Or more. That is the thing. So that's why I say hypocritical.
And
There are ways we could
the ironic thing, right? The person who started up the whole campaign, the lawyer.
Yes.
I saw her posted, I have gotten so much calls and so much recognition and so many more people have noticed me ever since I did this one post, you know, so much this and so much that they get and so much this and so much things she get. Or for that one post, this movement she started, but not thinking how much, so much thing the country could I get, we could I get. You know what I mean? From this very same venture.
Talk about it and bring something to the table with it. Utilize that as a platform to navigate for Carnival 2023, 22, whatever else it come in. That could be the wrong Carnival, all kind of things. The opportunities could be there for discussion and dialogue. But all the country do that.
Yeah. And to me, and there's a tricky point. I don't know if you want to go first if I just make this point, but I have a point here that's a little controversial.
Well, bring the thing, man. Vomit, man. Come on, man.
No, to me, in terms of, I saw a lot of people complaining that the essence of Juve and the original history of Juve and what culturally Juve means was disrespected, right? But to me, Juve has evolved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Juve is sexiness, wine and jam, more than the cultural cambule and that kind
the whole of Carnival has been.
Let me tell you something. A lot of people at base mentioned earlier, a lot of people just talk, they do research. A lot of people are not knowledgeable how Juve started, how Carnival started. They don't know the history, but a lot of people that's going by he say, she say, a post to see on Facebook, a post to see on Instagram.
Nobody social media specialist, boy. That is the social media university. That is where they come from, boy. And it is only
no, mind you.
Boy.
Yeah. But no, mind you, the whole thing started because Michael P. John, he did not know the whole history of the Juve, but like Brave Boy said, he could have been taught, he could have been educated.
Okay.
You know?
So there's another side of it, right? So the same Trini guy and Michael B. Jordan, they own a Trini restaurant in I'm not sure what part of New York. I assume it's Manhattan.
In Brooklyn.
It's in Brooklyn, right? So they own this
in Brooklyn.
It's like an upscale. A lot of celebrities just pass through there and stuff, promoting Trini culture every day. So it's like
Carnival Team Damn Lounge.
To me, I feel like I guess his business partner. It's at Trini's away who heavy in the Trini scene. It's our Trinis away who not in the Trini scene, but they're from Trinidad and they love the culture. They want to do somebody might be a little disconnected. I assume that brother is a little disconnected, as in Michael B. Jordan's business partner, so he didn't fully understand.
Exactly, I agree.
That don't mean that we have to give him all this backlash and cancel culture.
Thank you.
I feel that we can handle it a little more maturely. That is just my perspective.
Thank you.
Right? And I feel like there would have been opportunity for so much media coverage. And
you can imagine. Now, I stepped out for a second, so I don't know what you all said, but this is my contribution. You can imagine when they decide, let me say we had dialogue, we had conversations, we came to agreement, we say, well, you know what, let's have some cultural exchange, right? And we decided to partner or allow them for me to figure out, all right, how could we benefit from this? They decide to launch Juve. And you see a Bungee Garland, you see a Marshall, you see a Bass, you see a RKG, you see a Braveboy, you see a Local in the launch.
Yeah.
You know how much that would have done for the culture and for soca music on that platform? Come on.
They would have done a lot for us.
Yeah, no,
right? But where are we now? And we think we keep it.
And it's also, I think, you see, it's a business. At the end of the day, when you're running a business, yes, there's culture, there's social responsibility and all those things, right? But from what I mean, I don't even know how far along the product. I think from what I hear, it was a soft launch. It didn't actually launch yet. So there's we don't necessarily know the full details now. That's another thing. And also from a legal perspective, right? The document that was shared and went viral was for the trademark registration. So we don't know if there are limitations regarding how general things have to be or what has to be put in that document. It's not article now. It's not a magazine article where you could be specific and say this is what, you know, go into details about what something is. In the law, things sometimes have to be very limited and general, you know, just for the document. In other words, they have
Yeah. What the law really states is that you cannot really register like a culture, someone's culture. Like you can't register like for one person cannot own your Juve. One person like just like one person cannot own Carnival. Right? That's what the law register.
So what it is when you trade, so I have a clothing line called Addicted to Progress, right? And when you trademark a brand or when you trademark something, you have to trademark in different categories. So my clothing line is trademarked in the category of, let's say, like hats and t-shirts, or like mugs, or like coffee, like things like bags, that kind of thing. So, and then you have to now trademark something in every single country in the world. So like how Addicted to Progress is trademarked in Trinidad, I have to trademark it in Barbados, I have to trademark it in every state of America, because each state in America has a different law, etc.
Okay.
So law very technical now. So they cannot own.
So I just wanna hold on 1 second here. I wanna stick up in it for a second. Someone says here, the man wasn't studying culture. That was just a basic marketing campaign with no deeper or further thought, which is failure. So basically,
no, we cannot study the market and the culture. Like we study the market and the culture and what they could do for us. That's what we had to study.
No, and,
you know what I mean?
And to me, business is what it's from it now. As
business is business.
Somebody could not genuinely care about the culture, but that doesn't mean we can't benefit from the culture. To me, that's why I look at business.
That's right.
So like I just said, all of us came on this call for different reasons. We all cool, we all know each other. But I know from being on this call, I could get more followers. I know that somebody might listen to our song. Mark know that he could push 30 minutes. So I just say now, it's like, let's say
everybody had their agenda.
You understand? The intention of this call could be something that's not one way, but we could get other things from it. And I think that's what we start looking at as a country and with our culture, that like it's our business. So at the end of the day,
like nobody goes on to work with us now, boy.
No one does.
It's a watchman. It are plenty people who don't care about the culture and doing it. Plenty people who don't care about the culture and it's just business.
Artists, some of them may work for them on radio already.
Yeah, it's a money making thing,
It's a business.
It's
money.
And what I'm saying is we missed on opportunities. Now, to me, and I was talking about soca and carnival. To me, I see it growing. I see carnivals and juves happening all around the world, right? If for some reason this rum became associated with our carnival, it was an opportunity for sponsorship. It was an opportunity for, especially the attention and celebrity. Yeah, it could have been.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
All right, now, Brave Boy. When Nicki Minaj came up for the first time, I had the opportunity. I was one of the opening acts, right? Myself, Sasha. I think Nebula was also a big part of it, right? At the time, right?
And with Brax. That is what Brax.
Braxton. May his soul rest in peace, Braxton, right? And she came. The bash Nicki all out. She was not as big as she is today, but she was coming up. She was now, she was popping, right? The bash Nicki all out, right? Now, some may say it's based on who brought her. That is by the reason she got bashed. If you know what I'm talking about, right? If you know what we're going deeper with, right? Now, the thing is, Nicki Minaj is our own, all right? She left here as a child, but she's a Trinidadian, right? She came from Trinidad, right? And the fact is, a lot of times, we don't look at opportunities. We don't look at how we can benefit from it. If somebody do something, they can do 100 good, 1 bad, we kill them all.
Yeah.
Right? Look how Rihanna does deal with Barbados.
No, it's how Barbados deal with Rihanna.
Well, correct. Well,
Barbados deal with Rihanna because Rihanna went away, and I remember watching TRL. Remember TRL and MTV Total Request Live, and they asked Rihanna, "Well, you're from Barbados, I know the music out there, soca." Thing. So Rihanna said, "Well, I don't really like soca." Rihanna was out there, but Barbados saw the opportunity to use Rihanna for their tourism.
So of course, so Rihanna said she don't like soca,
yeah, she said she don't like soca. Huh?
If she was a Trinidadian,
yeah, they would have they would have crucify Rihanna. Crucify Rihanna.
I think Archie, big up Archie. Archie's my brother, right? Archie was studying himself, right? But Archie, I would say you have a point. By the end of the day, we win the the war of social media and they cancel.
What next?
But what
Yeah, what's next? What's
What
next?
next?
What next?
What next? And that's what I'm saying. So yes, you might be right. Maybe the guy should have done this better and that better. Agreed. Like if you know you're going to associate yourself with a culture, do your research, get the right people. You know, the same thing happened to Gucci with black people, and they bring Dapper Dan to be part of the.
We are not proactive. Be reactive.
And
that's right.
Yeah,
like,
but to bring up the point that Bass bring up just now, the problem we have in Trinidad, it become too customary and standard to support and recognize artists when they're dead or when they're about to die or when they go in. So Trinidad have an issue with that, whereas Barbados has seen their artists as their own and support them throughout.
No matter what.
Many
They don't care if you don't like it.
Say and all, they could vouch for me if I say this. If the government wants to throw 5,000 behind, you know, some of you will willingly just throw it away. Say, go on with that. Run with money. You don't want no support on from them. Because they don't support their artists at all. It's customary to say it. Many artists die poor. That's wrong.
No, and that
like
point,
artists die poor.
No.
Them things not supposed to happen.
And that is my thing. I feel like we does go to social media and rant sometimes over the wrong things now. Because
exactly, yeah.
If you think about, now, I am a huge Mighty Shadow fan, right? It really hurt me to see the Mighty Shadow in his
like
last days have to deal with certain things. For the reason.
What about Roots Man? What about Roots Man?
Roots Man?
Yeah, all the artists. But you see, Shadow, boy, Shadow, they deserve that, boy. You can like Shadow more than me, boy. Shadow is my artist, boy.
Why is there not a fund? Because I get familiar with taxes and things because of business, right?
Yeah.
And I know everybody here have their own business ventures too. But there's something called the Green Levy Fund dedicated to the environment. You pay a green levy tax as if you're a limited liability company, you pay in this green levy thing. That's for the environment. Has to do with the environment, right? So why we don't have a cultural fund that tax money contributes to take care of?
Or artist insurance. I always talk about artists. Artist insurance, athletes insurance. Look how much athletes has been. I mean, to go to the Olympics ain't cheap. Artists just had to be begging, having cake sale and this and that all kind of stuff. We don't take the arts and thing.
But when they die, everybody
everybody that's the Trini boy. That's we own.
We love you.
Yeah.
You are the best.
That is what I say. I just keep saying this. When you see I dead, all don't play my music, you know. Watch me in the life. When you see I dead, the other month, all you don't play my effing music and say, oh, this one, good one. Don't play my music. Treat me just like how you does treat me when you play.
If a stush go in the bush.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that whole day. Hi, and if a stush go in the bush and all kind of, that whole day. Oh God, nah.
No, but it really is that thing though, and I feel like that had improved. Like there needs to be we getting upset over the wrong things. And yes, I understand how people feel. People feel like our culture is disrespected. They should have known better. But what have we achieved? What is the win? Carnival 2022 gonna come and nothing would have changed. You know? And that is just
that's why the next generation had to do better. You know, like Dirty Medics. Dirty Medics had to come up with their own rum, their own brand, the Dirty Medics punch or something I think. You know what I mean? Brand your thing and sell a thing and make your money.
On this live, one of these statements somebody saying it. But people will say artists making cash right now, dog. Fet making money. Well, only go answer that before I answer that. Fet making money.
Right now, who is a handful of artists you could say making money?
I want to do one of them, Fet.
And especially RKG and Bass, or they could give more insight on this, right?
Right.
Sometimes when you see artists going out on tour outside of Trinidad, it's not what you think it is, right?
Nope, it's not.
It is not.
Joke.
Even DJs, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something right now. When I was coming up as an aspiring artist, I still have big dreams.
You're still aspiring.
Go for me. Anyhow. Right? So I used to have this perception in my head that when I hear artists going on tour, is like big stadiums, sold out stadiums, you know, big shows. When I got into the music and realized about it, when they going on tour, is singing in our backyard in Brooklyn or a little basement in Queens. I was like, wait. So no,
This is it?
there are selected shows. There are a few shows that promoters really and they get it 2,000 and 3,000, right? There's like the Muksha. Muksha is a big event. I think sometimes 4,000 or 5,000. Maybe that's the numbers, right? But majority of the events is at 200, right? I do shows here and I ram out 300, 400, 500 people already, right? So it's like my whole perception, my whole concept of touring changed when it came to soca. And I don't
Well, it was worse. It was worse with me. The first time I get depressed. I said it was worse for me the first time I get depressed. I went to that place called Aristocrat Manor in 1997, and I know everybody in the party. You ever know go a place? I travel, go in a plane, and I know everybody in the party. Hey, Bass, how you going? Hey, Bass, how you going? I said, I thought you dead or something. But they said, I said, I would I see some American Indian and some white girl and what kind of thing. I know everybody in the party. Aristocrat Manor, 350 people. I was depressed.
I was, and the funny thing about it, I have had the opportunity to perform for not just a Caribbean crowd. You know what I mean? I did a show in BB Kings with Rumi and Fugu, you know, and different reggae acts and that kind of thing, right? And not saying all right, I don't want to perform for our people because yes, I want to perform for our people. But sometimes when you travel and you go to different countries, you want to see all right. Different people accepting the music, but just as we saying here, to perform here in a fete and go across and somebody say, oh, Bass, and it's the same people that's in the fete.
No, and that's my point, and that's why I never want to come across like I knocking soca, but I feel like soca is not growing in that regard now. As in, if it is, anybody who knows about soca, most people know about soca, right? Is either they come to carnival through a Trini friend or they fall in love with a Trini woman, but compared to dancehall now, you don't just discover soca just like that if you're not tied to Caribbean culture, right? I have met people, white Americans, Latin people, Asian people from all around the world who they discovered dancehall and reggae through playlists or through something independent. They see it in a film, they see it here, they see it in a video game. And I just think that for our genre to grow, we need to look beyond what we've been doing. Nothing is wrong with what we've been doing. It's growing in its own infrastructure, etc. But in terms of expanding, I feel and I thought the pandemic would have caused that now because people would have been forced to not travel, not have gigs. But all that happening is everybody just start back now. You know, okay, the pump is in Miami, the pump is in New York. For now, what happened if Delta lock everything now again?
Yeah,
so that's my point now.
I got to add to that though. I look at it the same way when I discussing how events going and go post COVID-19 or
exactly.
Mass going and go. Plenty people going and look at it as just a restart. I not on that. I on reset. I had to reset the whole thing. The whole game plan had to change. Because if I restart it, I just going to pick up where I was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And 2 years time would have passed. The real thing would have happened. It had to change. You had to reset wherever all your dynamics, reset all your infrastructure and move. You had to change. Post COVID-19 not good. You can't do the same thing and expect a different result coming out of that.
But you have people coming back with the same thing, just waiting to restart, just waiting to step their foot out the door and walk.
They go fall, boy.
I can't do that.
Fall.
Yeah.
You know,
as a promoter, right? We just deal with like you hire DJs and thing, and you hear the same music all night, by you don't knock on the DJ and say, hello.
Ross, you can attest to this when I tell you this. If I tell you I want you to do a certain set, that is what you come there to do. You tell me your price,
so you dictate your thing.
Your price, that is what I want to do on there because I take that.
You don't play DJs.
I ask in my crowd what they want. Juve gone here in the last one, 2020. I remember significantly out of 3,000 people, 2,900 probably was asking for Zest. They wanted a Zest session. I say, I promise them they will get it. But I now, man, want to change the whole dynamics. It's soca time, but I gain them Zest because that what my crowd wanted. 2,900 out of 3,000. This particular DJ I hired, that was what you had to do. 10 minutes of your Zest, 15 minutes of your Zest, that was your rule. No other DJ could have touched that set and play Zest. It's real madness what I go on there. Real madness.
Yeah.
I
it's
take time to study my crowd and what it is they want. So make sure and
Yeah, man.
give them that. And that is what my DJ
yeah.
for.
As you say,
I
something,
tell them
man, I had a wild idea some time ago to have a party where people vote while they're in the party or before the party about what song, what they want to hear now. You know, so there's some kind of voting system whether it's done through an app,
But
it's done
I see a party.
In Trinidad, yeah?
In a party.
yeah, I was thinking about it. Yeah.
They have a list of tunes they don't want to hear any song that not going and play the song.
Yeah. The list, yeah.
Yeah. The promoter led. Yeah, big promoter.
Yeah, Laird, yeah.
That is a good one.
And
he
I
have a
think
list
that
of
was
songs
pretty
they
man.
want to play.
because no,
them said that thing them DJs like the play chop rock and all kind of thing.
No,
So that damn
to
same
me,
music over and over.
They have a lot of music that people just stopped playing from like the 90s, like music I grew up on, Mayfair days and dancehall, and you know, like you just don't hear it now. So while I actually kind of like Laird's idea, because while I don't believe in canceling something, because in some ways you're affecting somebody's food, I do believe that they need to have balance now. And it has certain parties, like some like Sean Paul, I don't really care. It's like Glue, right? I love that song, but playing it in parties, right? The Barrington Levy like gonna love you forever.
Oh God, yeah, boy.
Fed up playing that.
What about the bush? What about the bush?
Oh God.
What is Zion?
Nah, you know what, Buju, you need to stop playing. Go if you want, girl, I won't stop you. Now you see that, Buju?
You could close your eyes and know, you know what I mean? Like, and that's my
some DJs coming with that.
When parties to predict, that's why I just get bored partying in Trinidad, because I find when I go away, maybe it's just a new environment for me, so I don't know what the DJ gonna play.
It's a variety.
Nobody clubs at a point in time in Zen nightclub, you could have tell he said that coming on every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday.
I tell you something.
I know the DJ and calling this song that
coming. What the DJ just play, man?
When used to play a mix, like a mix CD, they would play.
Mark ignoring here, but
mix. And it's only after a while, because we drunk, so we didn't realize. It's only after a while. Nice, literally.
And mix down, some of them used to carry mix down by the wicked, mix down and play the mixing and shadowing and things.
That was going on there?
Yeah, but you know. Yes, and mix down, some of them used to play, by mix down. It's the same thing playing with
Soca needs some worldwide recognition.
But I feel we don't preserve our soca songs. That's one thing I wanted to mention about soca. I feel like because it's about what's this year soca, somebody had a status about labeling soca 2021 soca, right? And I agree with them because you're giving some a shelf life now, right? And there are some soca songs from previous years that just do not get played, you know. And the more we play music, the more royalties artists get, right?
Thank you about that.
Yeah.
Check this out, big boy.
Yeah.
Check this out, right?
Yeah.
I remember a night, I can't remember, it was years ago. Somebody brought my ticket. I went with another brethren and we decided to go, I think it was Pier 2. It's at a concert, it was Morgan Heritage, Beres, and some other artists. And I remember going to the concert and watching these artists perform. Beres performing all the old songs. And I said to myself in the concert, I said, how come our music is like, it is expired?
Fast food music.
Right? Beres could come and sing Rockaway, Putting Up Resistance, right? No Disturb Sign. Those songs came out over 10 years ago. But an artist, if you come and sing a song 3 years ago, you watch the money say that thing, an old song.
And we are the only genre in RKG, because think about it, right?
For real.
In dancehall, Beanie, Bounty, Spranger Benz and all still touring, right? In hip hop, in hip hop, right? Them fell from Method Man, Redman, they still singing their catalog touring. Even from the KRS One still touring, right? In reggae, same thing as you said there. But why we don't have like a veteran store where it has certain artists who may not have current hits, but they have a ridiculous catalog from the 90s or even the 80s.
Let me ask you something, right?
Yeah.
We are the land of soca, right? And steel pan, right? Name one place you can go pre-COVID, not COVID, pre-COVID, right? One place you can go where you could hear, where you could have heard soca all night or see steel pan all night.
But that might take two. But
yeah,
there is a wider conversation there, you know, all the fellas. That a big thing. It have no kind of soca museum, nothing, you know. It don't have them thing. So
but you see, first time we keep saying the word soca.
Well,
one of the reasons why soca in problems is because we forgot the word calypso.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jamaicans will always say reggae, dancehall. They will never the reggae dancehall, but we just throw away that calypso just so. Tell
me if I'm correct here, but calypso wasn't as fast food as soca, right? Calypso wasn't.
No, of course not. No,
it wasn't, right? So
look at David Rudder could still come and sing Bahia Girl or do a whole concert with all these set of old songs.
David Rudder gonna mash up.
Yeah.
I could put David Rudder in a event and he mash up the place.
Yeah.
And that is the
thing, of course.
So like the social commentary art form of rap, so and calypso. Now at the end of the day, once again, I love soca. You'll see me whining in a fete, right? Big up all the soca DJs. I see big up Barry Hype, the comments there, right? But for me, I can't listen to soca every day because when I drive in my car going to the grocery, I want to hear hip hop, or that is my energy there. But I could have listened to a song, right? Or I could have listened to a Clan song or something doing that. So I think because rap and calypso and social and day-to-day social commentary has been lost and it's just about one particular topic, carnival, truck, wine, jam, which is amazing within the festivities, I think that it's given our music a shelf life. And that is messing up the industry and has been messing up the industry for a while.
But the thing is, there are other people who are doing other things. But you don't hear them.
Well,
there are other people who have been experimenting and doing other things, and you don't hear them. So
I think I'm pleased with this because I only know me as a hip hop artist, and I used to tote a bit and be like, yo, like we getting all this airplay, we touring around Trinidad and Tobago, like we starting to become household names, but people not giving us that respect now. And you kind of realize after a while, we selling a art form that is slightly Americanized, which is hip hop, even though I was doing it in a local accent. The culture of hip hop and trap and the dress code and the coolness, it kind of a lot to soak in for a lot of Trinidadians over a certain age now, right? And people kind of limited to this go to work, listen to the radio, go home, go to sleep. So they may not be open-minded to check out different things now. So I think people who do rock, people who do R&B, it's one of those things where you have to understand the market you're dealing with now. You have to understand the climate you're dealing with. Not everybody want to hear that. And that's a humbling thing. And I have to humble myself with that. We are the land of soca, calypso, chutney, etc. And dancehall makes sense in that mix because we grew up on dancehall. Dancehall is, we like to dance, right? Hip hop is a kind of music that you either listen to or you vibe a bit to. We like to dance. So I just say now, I just mentioned our point based in terms of...
No, fellas, no, listen to this Boy, Mark, and Beast, right? Now, I don't know if you all follow him, but went on Kanye West. He has this album called Thunder that he's going to release, right? He hold back the album. He had a listening party. He sold out the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta just with the listening party,
listening party, yeah.
He didn't sing a note yet. He didn't sing
a note. Right? His streams were of the Apple Music, right?
Yeah.
And that is just one event. What do you think we truly need? Besides what we normally say together, Mr. Soca, for the genre of soca to get anything close to it?
Obia.
Yeah. I would say
Obia. That's Obia.
one big event that is a showcase, not a competition. Like how they have Reggae Sumfest, like how they have Lollapalooza or Rolling Loud.
Like soca for some of them.
But and I'd like that. I'd like the fact that I would do that, but that came and went. But we have nothing for summer that is just a showcase. So you'll know, and then we can include fashion designers. We want to see what Eli new collection this person going to wear, or what individual aesthetic t-shirt this guy going to wear. You know what I mean? And it could be a full festival showcasing local. And it's not, I would love to see Prince Swanee, Voice, Marshall, this one, that one on one stage, 5 miles to midnight, like a festival with all the genres. The only thing I ever see like that was Weekend. I don't know if I remember weekend.
Oh, or Marshall Monday, kind of Marshall Monday does be Canada. But I always say, I will go further than that.
Yeah.
I would say Carnival as we know it needs to stop. Carnival needs to stop. I think Trinidad and Tobago should be, Trinidad especially should be the island of Carnival. Of course, to hell with them. Trinidad should be the island of Carnival. Yeah, no, listen.
Yeah.
Trinidad should be known as the island of Carnival 365 days a year, where anytime you land here, there should be something. There should be a brass festival in May. The team should supposed to do the Juve, if Juve in June. You know what I mean? Every time, every month supposed to have something. Every single borough, whether it's Shogunas or Point Fortin and everything. And every time you land here, there should be something every month to look forward to putting in the Carnival. We should just be the Carnival Island because that is we. That is we. They don't want the thing in mind. They want to take us, but that is tourism. The end of Carnival. When people come here for Trinidad Carnival, they say, "Oh, we come into Trinidad Carnival to drink rum." And then you come just like Las Vegas. You're going to gamble and have sex. Well, you're coming here to party.
I know.
Tourism.
The only thing
Trinidad. Because Trinidad is not a real place. Yeah. So let me just be a party. We done not a real place already. Let me be a party island. You want to relax and take some serious, go to Tobago.
Right. Huh? No, you use a good example there, Las Vegas, right? Now, I have been to Vegas.
They're laughing.
No, I have been to Vegas, and I've been to Vegas with some EDM people and experience madness, like crazy, like a movie, right?
Yeah, craziness,
I can't live in Las Vegas, and that is the only thing. If Carnival was whole here, like that energy of Carnival, we wouldn't be able to do anything here. If you think licensing office,
we don't do nothing here. What we just do here? What we just do? We done mess already. What we just do? We serious in this place. This is done. We done Carnival without Carnival already.
If you think people don't want to go to work.
Exactly. If people don't go to work already, people just go to work at 6 or 8 o'clock and leave 2 o'clock. And what I'm saying is, it could be controlled. But what I'm saying, tourism, you look forward to Carnival. That way too, everything could just spread out. You with your trap, so could have a space. Calypso have a space. So could have a space. Instead of this, you know, instead of this 2 months and everybody just fighting.
No, Barry Hype is saying here.
About this season.
What Barry Hype saying there?
Yeah. So
Barry Hype is saying on the line. Barry saying he says every weekend there is a soca fest pre-COVID in Toronto, New York, and Miami.
Right. We need that here in Trinidad. And that is
funny enough, right here is right. No, listen to this. I had the first time I traveled as a big man, I had a real culture shock. So I go on Brooklyn, Queens, right? And I am seeing some people with red, white, and black flags outside their house. When they wash their car seat, red, white, and black. I was like, how come we so patriotic outside and we're not as patriotic inside? You understand what I'm saying? Like, for instance, watch this, right? When it's a sports, everybody's come together. When it's a carnival, we just come together. So we can unify anytime.
Well, I will tell you, and I got that same culture shock, okay? And I think when you're away, in Trinidad, everybody, how to say it? It's like, you don't have that community aspect. Like we say you're working in a job, and, you know, like, and people, you're working around Americans whole day. You kind of crave that identity, like, you know, that community that you had back home now.
Yeah.
It's not like how it is here where everybody's a brethren and you have a flat tire, people help you, that kind of thing. So I think that when people are away, they really miss home so much that they crave it. And I think the demand for anything cultural and local and Caribbean is just way more outside because they don't get it.
Right.
We get it every day in ways now, as in, you mentioned the way you go and listen to Pan. Now they have pan yards that people could go. No, that's not good enough, right? But just saying, people don't frequent pan yards unless, like, outside of Carnival, unless they have a family member there.
The only time you're going to pan yard is when they're doing judging. Nobody is going to pan yard during the year at all.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Right. And if Carnival stop, you know you're going Carnival, you're going to the pan yard right through.
Anybody went to pan yard in the past 2 years? Or a year and something?
A pan yard? Nah, I ain't going in.
Well, right. Because it's
another thing is, as you mentioned, it's right for us. Another thing is that I find, all right, now, personally, I hosted Soca Monarch back in the days. I've been part of Soca Monarch. I perform, basis a man perform in Soca Monarch. So I saw it from two sides of the fence, hosting the events. And I hosted in the days when Pian won with Meet Super Blue, right? So I was there when I see the stadium ram out. So I know it inside out. And what I would say though is that a lot of times we focus on the wrong things. All right, for instance, I never ever audition for Young Kings, right? Now, my first audition for Young Kings as an artist, I went to audition and I saw the time I was going to a room. When I go into the room, I see about 4 people in front of me with a CD player, right? And say, give me a CD. So I give them a CD and they were like, all right, sing this song. So I was like, what? I was like, Young Kings going on for so many years. Why I in front 4 people, a panel, with a CD player, with a radio to sing in front of them? And these are the things that keeps back our culture. And a lot of times people like to blame the government and the government and the government. I don't blame the government too. Because if you are manager of something, you can hire 2 monitors and a little system as people lack of ideas and know-how. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like that, hey, the government, this and the government, this and the government. I don't go in there. I go in with. So who is the organizer of this event or who organized this? Because if you want artists to come and sing and a player to audition for Young Kings, how could we take it to the next level? Simple like that.
I would say this, okay?
So, Rusty, you supporting the artists who just come to promote a fete and they ain't like the song system and they cause a bag of raps and that what you saying there?
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. No, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying, right? No, all right. Now, first of all, even if from a promoter's side, from a promoter's aspect, you want to make sure the artist is comfortable. Now, things happen. The PA system might be a little off. That might be a one-off thing. But it can be, we come to a 30 minutes event to perform.
No, never.
Same thing.
I spend my money by it. Good thing.
Exactly. So you have to care enough about your product. You have to care enough about your brand. Be able to sell it up. The kind of money I spend in music, me make it back yet. It's an investment.
Okay, I think on your point, what we lack here is accountability, right? Because now the government isn't to blame solely, but I think everybody has to play a part because these.
I don't blame the government at all, boy, brave boy.
No, but
if you're on a job and nobody don't owe you nothing, boy. You owe it to yourself.
No, but hear out, right? Hear out. So NCC, right? That they organize the Masquerade Calypso government entity, right?
Yeah. Tuco, yeah.
Tuco, government entity, right? So they're not a private organization. So who they are accountable to? When you have the same people running this organization for years and not doing anything different, they're not doing anything different because the government
is the dinosaurs now.
No, but who's accountable now?
These special interest groups still serve a political agenda, because
and exactly that.
I sit on the board for the TTCB as the PRO for the Carnival Bands Association, right?
Yeah.
So I part of the
talking about.
That the ones you're talking about. I'm fortunate to get the ears of the older people because I have a foresight.
Yeah.
But look at the other organizations, the Panchen Bigos and the Tucos, who in charge of the Pan and Calypso at the end of the day, the same masquerade thing you're talking about. They have no foresight because they have no young people. They're not willing to give young people an opportunity to sit on a board.
No, but and then I guess my point is, if it's run as a business,
so they have to change. You can't get no change. You can't get no development.
To me, these are businesses, right? If it is that Tuco and Panchen Bego supposed to be run as a business,
no, it don't operate as a business. No, it's a special interest group.
And that's the thing now. It's like you can't expect evolution, productivity, like with something that's not run like a business. It will just be run like a soccer mom,
And that's how they just run it because they just get money from the government. That's how they just run it.
So we can't expect more than
so if every year I go on the same masquerade show and spend the same $6 million on the masquerade, and everybody, it's still at the same 50 people alone sitting down in the stands with the 2 cleaners. And they do it every year after year after year after year.
I'm good with that.
And people accept it. So what we gonna do about it? Until it is people ready for real change, none of them things gonna happen. And the real change cannot come from Flintstones, because Flintstones don't show on TV again. That's the thing.
No, I think we need more young people involved in politics. Whether I know a lot of young people find politics boring, including myself, but I have gotten more in tune with it because I realize how much it affects everything, you know. And I think that is the only way some kind of change could make now. We just need more voices and more representation. Because at the end of the day, the young vote is a significant vote.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and we vote PNM or UNC or whoever because our parents or grandparents vote them, but what we voting for now, you know what I mean? So I think that is just another aspect of it.
Yeah. You think I've on my red shirt today?
Yeah.
I support any RKG boy. I support any RKG boy.
Let me become a family.
Don't talk too much about politics anyway, RKG.
Yeah. You know,
I have family in all
well in politics, eh? So
yeah. I have family all across the spectrum in politics. I'm not gonna say more politics more than I say that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Only mentioned one of them earlier. You know, I have a cousin who is
yeah,
very
boy.
controversial.
Yeah, the cousin you never meet. You stay away from here.
Big respect to my cousin. I never meet her, but big respect to her.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, fellas. I think it all boils down back to whatever we decide to do moving forward, post pandemic. First of all, we have to deal with what we're doing right now. Right? How we going to motivate, encourage people to really, because we're in a situation where, all right, for the last few weeks, I realized, I was like, when I saw the numbers went down, because we get the readings, right? So when I got the report, I saw like 50-something COVID cases, right, for the day. So
you get excited? You get excited, are they?
I said, yeah, boy. I said, hey, we're looking like we go have a zest in the next couple of months, all right?
Now when you start
I see the next day or 2 days after, I see one something. I said, this out. Then I see it went back down again. Then it went back up to 2 something. Today's 2 something.
Yeah.
Today's I think about
6
and about 2 something. So my thing is, it's so unpredictable. And look at
that is the thing.
We are running into the 3rd year. It's over 2 years now.
No, by 18 months.
No.
Almost
2 years. Almost 2 years.
Right.
Almost. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, when are we going to really have some kind of normalcy? Or is it that we really just have to work with this thing and find a way to exist?
Yeah, you had to live with it. You had to live with COVID.
Yeah, things. I know everybody's hopeful, right? But I don't think things gonna go back to normal until sometime next year. And normal,
I project 2 years or something.
Well, that's what it. Like, but what I mean is like no curfew, no, you know what I mean, like being able to actually have maybe some social distancing events again, you know. But I agree with you in terms of actual normal. It may never go back to normal. That's the crazy thing about it. It may
never.
We say this is the normal, but
and that's the thing I tell you, you can't just restart with, you gotta reset because it's not the regular normal.
Yeah. I like that, you know. Reset your preset.
Yeah, reset. Reset your preset. You like that. Next 1990.
Next 1990. Reset your preset.
Yeah.
Reset your preset.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, but you really had to reset it. You had to reset your whole life, your whole attitude had to change. You know what? Like I say, Isaac man was always cleaning up before.
There's another thing too that we have to keep in mind, Jordan. I think even as a public figure, I want to find a way, because I have some ideas, and as we have this conversation, Mark, you somebody that's very influential, Brave-Boy, you, Bass, you, I think we should take a conscious decision, because there are a lot of people who getting up one morning and do have anything, nothing at all, right? We might be fortunate enough because we might be working, you know, we might have some stash away, but there are people really suffering in this country. And not just the country, worldwide. And I honestly think that we could make a conscious decision and try to help. Like, I mean, if it's for the month, if we can give 4 families groceries for the month, I think, you know, so as as people in the arts, we could also play a big part and contribute.
I agree. And I mean, even on a bigger scale, like an event where artists come and because I mean, one complaint is from artists they're not getting a chance to perform and do this. So I know that there've been fundraisers for St. Vincent, but even just having regular stuff where you know, like people could contribute towards for certain families, like a fund for certain families. But I know of people doing the groceries. One after big up Tamara, Carpet. Tammy has been actively doing that, providing groceries for persons in need. Trinidad Ghost. I've seen in his stories that he is providing for single mothers in particular.
Nice.
Which I thought was pretty honorable as well.
That really people doing the food thing, man.
Yeah. And a few others.
My concern is really the youth standing with education, boy. I think you see the next 5-10 years from now we are going to see the effects of this pandemic on the youths. Is a fully what we fully done every fully done now.
Oh God, yeah.
You see the next 5-10 years, you're gonna be fully done. I'm telling you.
I think that's one song I would pick up, boy. I didn't get all the education to call myself fully done, you know.
Well, boy, if it's that no, you see the next 5-10 years, I don't know what will happen because we have a lot of youth soon.
That is the problem. What do you think could be somebody's solution to curb the problem?
Youth
and education?
Everything. Or the youths and education. Oh, okay. Well, I would love to see the youths go back to school, really go back out to school. Because there are some students who need to go back out in that school, need to be in that classroom. Exactly. No. Some of them watching all kind of porn and all kind of things, trust me. Some of them don't have the devices, don't have the laptops. Yeah, some of them need to be in that classroom, boy. Really need to be. So that is my concern. My concern is really for the youth something.
To me, I think that our education system in Trinidad needs to be revamped because it still is very heavy on academic now in terms of if you do good in sciences or maths or this or that, you're gonna and I think that there's so many like learning a trade I think is so important in this pandemic. And I think that we need to revisit how the respect for persons doing trades now because I feel like a lot of parents and society still doctor, lawyer, this, that, but the persons who have trades, right? The plumbers, the carpenters, the mechanics, etc. Even in a pandemic,
always have work.
The problem is that the prestigious schools don't put emphasis on
teach that. Exactly. And we went.
Everything is book.
CIC definitely groomed us into the men we are today. No, but I just want to say that I just feel like that I always find our shit like where it's kind of the fact that it's called a school of prestige, school is shit.
Yeah. Let me tell you something right quick, boy. I actually could attest to this because I experienced it myself. Like I have a friend of mine where the man got his degree, he got everything possible, right? He got a work, I believe it was offshore. Boy, nice, money good, bam. Come, they lay off everybody, right? Was laid off, no job. And because of his skill, doing good work, he's one of the best study. He not even thinking about working for anybody again. He's his own boss. And that's
another thing. That's another thing our traders teach you to entrepreneurship. That's another thing we're not teaching our children. We just teaching youths in school to get a job instead of making a job for yourself. Take a job instead of making a job.
And that's the thing. I feel like school not for everybody, right? Like I can attest to that because for me, I even in going CIC and all that, I just used to zone out and daydream half in class because
I used to talk every day.
I'm a creative person. Right, so luckily
I used to watch I used to get licks every day. Akshay, you're talking too much. Akshay, you're talking. Akshay, Akshay, you're performing. Akshay, you like to perform. You like to perform. Come and perform with this lips. Let's perform. You're talking. Akshay, you're talking. Akshay, you're talking. I'm talking about you need to see, the gift in children. The gift in some children just have like the first talking.
RKG mentioned entrepreneurship, right? I would just share something. I remember in my primary school.
No, I did not.
I used to sell basketball cards in primary school. And they call in my parents. and told my parents that how me and some brethren selling basketball cards, and we get in trouble.
Yeah.
Instead of acknowledging these 4 fellas have entrepreneurial traits.
Entrepreneur, just telling you hustle, all you hustling.
And I always had an entrepreneur spirit in me, but even in CIC is like, how you gonna teach me business and you never run a business?
Yeah. Are you worse than me? I used to sell, my mother used to sell clothes in a barrel, and I used to sell all the clothes. My grandmother used to say, but how come this boy wearing the same thing every day, buying your mother selling us other clothes? I sell it. I was selling them, hustling from a long time to buy records and things.
We kill a lot of champions with that now because they are persons who
kill. Yes,
the next, Bill Gates, Mark Cuban, the next, like, well, imagine in my mind, I'm trying to think of black entrepreneurs in Trinidad, and I can't even think of, and that's to me sad now. Like, if I had to take a list of the top 10 black entrepreneurs in Trinidad, and I'm not making this a race thing, but just talking real fast.
Yeah. No, it's true, it's true.
You know what I mean? So even that, I feel like there are a lot of young people I meet who want to be entrepreneurs. I'm talking about, like, I did school to one thing, and when I talk to them, they want to do better. They just don't know how to.
Especially
they just
now.
don't enjoy school,
That's why there's talk about this emancipation. So, look, get me started in arcade. You're saving this life by. When I think about the Emancipation Support Committee getting $1 million every year, and we don't have a black market, we don't have any black schools, any. Look.
Well, one thing I would say, and this I will try not to talk about this too much, but like the DSS, right? Now, I have my own views on that. I wouldn't get into it. But the only thing I would say I liked about it was that it showed some entrepreneurial spirit, and it empowered persons who
black people,
and that is the positive I saw in it, if any. And I think that it gave people a feeling of we could do this too.
Yeah.
And we need more of that now, especially in like certain.
That was the only time I see black people really come together, boy.
I want to say someone mentioned something on the live here, it's very important. Condolences to Leroy Clark.
Condolences.
Oh, yes, Leroy Clark.
Yeah.
Gone any business in the ass.
And he's somebody I always wanted to meet. I never met him personally.
Yeah, Leroy Clark. Condolences to his family.
Yeah, condolences and brother resistance, like brother resistance. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
boy.
Yeah, he's a good one. Like I met him a few times, and he's just somebody.
And they try to kill Baron, Crazy, and Stalin. Somebody was spreading a rumor that Baron and Crazy died too. Well, you wicked boy.
Yeah, I see Crazy, but Crazy famous.
He say we go live longer than all you. Anybody who's spreading a rumor will go to hell.
Yeah.
Nah, but our Calypsonians supposed to die millionaires or supposed to die. I mean, money is not everything, but like not suffering. You know what I mean?
But better than the dying, boy. Better than.
Let me tell you something, right?
See that, you know? Somebody who contributes so much to the art form. And
but look at Rootsman. Look at Rootsman. I remember Rootsman.
Just to go and do a surgery or kind of thing. Them things supposed to happen at all, boy.
Look, Rootsman used to come and check me personally by the station. Rootsman. Right? And to see how things ended with him is like, yo, you can give so much to the arts and so much to the culture, right? If you don't have some backends or something to really, some sort of real foundation, trust me, splinters with you, you know. Splinters. They love you today. They love you today. Tomorrow, you're only doing.
The hell with you.
And I think you see, it don't take. There are ways that people can support without putting much effort, as in like streaming music or whether it is, you know, like supporting certain things. We need more outlets for artists, especially veterans, to just earn money. You know, like I show a Calypso shop. Like we have a Calypso shop where you have Calypso memorabilia and somebody who is an entrepreneur. You know,
yeah, we don't even have a Calypso version of like how the hard rock cafes. One of my dreams is to have a restaurant where you could come and get a sparrow burger, a shadow chicken, you know what I mean? A crazy fries. That kind of thing, you know, like a real hard rock cafe and you have memorabilia or the artists and them kind of thing.
No, okay, so Blues Cafe. You gotta give Uncle Carl Jacobs props for
Carl, yeah.
Yes.
I think the government should be funding Kaiser Blues Cafe or providing a grant for the work they're doing and turn it into a museum. You know what I mean? I really hope post-pandemic that Kaiser Blues Cafe continues because there's a lot of legacy.
You know what I like about Kaiso, that cafe?
Yeah.
The first time I was invited there. The first time I said, I told when I Kaiso, I said, boys, I thought it was like that now.
Yeah.
And then I realized they don't discriminate. Like I seen hip hop artists, local dance, so being displayed there, and I really appreciate that.
No, and that is because young brother myself used to do a night there, and that was Uncle Carl vision. He wanted it to be for us by us. Like Fubu, he wanted it to be like it's owned by artists, you know, and run by artists. And I feel like the support, boy, I think like persons after a while, like, because we would get people coming on our night, but you get them to come once and they're like, yeah, boy, I wish I could experience this every week. Then they just stop coming and I see them at every party. No disrespect to party promoters.
No,
so the thing
fact is that the industry have monopolies. And until you can break them monopolies, it's very hard for anything to enter the market. And fair is fair. Even with playing, music being played on the air, that is a monopoly. All you know that same way with events is a monopoly who run a certain amount of events during the period, carnival period. So it's very hard for a young person to come and claim a date for carnival. It's very hard. Unless you had a backing, you cannot get it done. That's all. Well, so when you're ready to break talk to me.
You was going to ask. No,
but that's why you should have a school. Now I was going to ask him with groupies and things. Now the promoter groupies.
You can't get away from them.
Watch the man's stories, boy. The man always in the bingo, boy.
Okay. They always there, no, but I tell them lost my number, but they don't want to lose it at all, boy. They just find it, boy.
Oh, boy.
But no. Well, you know, Rossi has some too. I just check my stories now. You go see them. You go see them.
The stories. Everything is in the stories.
You're trying to get me hung.
Yeah, Rossi is a old hoe from long time. You know, settle down and thing.
Let me tell you something. No. I'll be really telling.
You just staying quiet.
No. Seriously though, you know, all right, you know, men, I'm glad you mentioned this, right? You know, men just want to rinse out guilty or something. And my whole career, I swear, not even fronting, but I was never the guy to be called no girl every minute or.
Same.
But I feel like since preschool I was a girl.
Lie.
Since preschool you was a girl.
I buy that phone card and that phone card run out and continue. The phone call is going on.
Yeah, boy.
So
a girl never play hard, and a girl never play hard to get with you.
Yeah. I think I understand why you know. I think to me,
I said a girl never play hard to get and never play hard to get with you.
When Rossi said,
no, I never in that situation.
Okay. When Rossi reach, George drop.
To me, when I was in my early 20s, I kind of understood women and how they think from a very young age. And I understood that if you are just like the cool, chill guy, right?
Yeah.
They will come to you, you know?
Yeah, just ignore them.
And no, well, it's not different. It's not different types of
Tell them the truth now. When you grow the ras now. Tell them the truth when you grow the ras now.
Honestly, bro, I just think that for some reason, my mannerism, my energy, I don't know if I smile. Women just are attracted to me. I don't really have to put in much work now. And it's not it's just honestly, I just think that just work out for me. You know? So for me, I never had to like how you say RK, say he never had to run down girl, and I never personally really do that now. It is come natural. But everyone's different.
Yeah, one thing that's happened too, right? Happened, right? No, it might and a lot of times even me, right? Back then before I decided to settle and be a nice boy, right? Right?
Restaurant.
No, listen, no, check it out, right? I used to watch men, and sometimes I might let's say I go on the line, right? And I chill, right? I watch men throwing girl ears, And I find a lot of women sometimes find it just come across a little too pushy, a little too, and sometimes I just day sipping my and they'll come and hey hi, my name is, and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
And so it was never, and even all the girlfriends I had, I never met them because of I was tracking. I swear. It never happened like that. It's just maybe a conversation or we started talking and you know, to somebody else, right?
Look at question name. Look at like
so
boy.
No. I've been real. All right. No, all right.
Who does be down
all right. No, check it out, right? No. How I meet Mark is through one of the ex I had. Mark knew that. All right, I don't know what the game played too much, but she's a teacher, Mark, right?
What? And I don't know
how to teach Mark
foreign language, but I'll pick it. I just tell her no.
She's a teacher in CIC.
What? Foreign languages, boy. So,
French or Spanish, okay.
I feel like
yeah.
What? Partner? Oh,
now, Miss Chapman,
is even when we met,
she's
right?
Like a soca artist. She's like a soca artist, boy.
Okay.
Yeah, like
which one, Destra? Which one, like a Destra?
No, like a fan boy, like a fan boy.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
The point is, right, even when I met her, it wasn't because I was tracking. It was because a mutual friend, that kind of vibe. So my point is really and truly.
You don't rush it. Just be cool. Just be cool with it.
Just be cool, yeah.
Just be cool with it. Yeah, just be cool with it.
Based on the rinse belong your ears.
No, I don't rinse. I don't rinse nobody ears. No, it's a Instagram and thing. You go in that DM. You know what I mean? But I know. But you must be cool with it because it's like psychology. It's like psychology. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Basically, I have plenty chats.
Our lyrics, man.
Women like different things, right? So I think.
Yeah, women like you're funny. They love to laugh.
Offering, women like what RK offering.
Yeah.
Women like what Mark offering.
Yeah.
Women
like different things.
And everybody attracted to different. So I just be chill and cool. That is work, right? Because I can't even though I'm an artist, I real soccer. I can't read sound of girl ears with lyrics and you know like pick up lines. That is not my style.
I really with that.
I saw that, but I have brethren who good at that. I have a brethren who. Every time he go to wine on a girl and the girl brace him, he just whisper something in the ears and get you right up. I don't know what he say up to this day. He wouldn't tell me. I can't do that. I don't know what to say.
I'm a virgin boy. The man's like a dog. Literally, the man's like a dog.
Yeah.
And what's that? The man has got some of the prettiest girls, and I said, wait, what you just tell them girl on that?
Yeah, something else going for him.
I don't know like
confidence. Confidence is and if it is
confidence is number one thing.
Yeah, if it is a woman especially may lack some aspect of confidence and they meet a man who exudes confidence,
yeah,
that is a hardcore attraction for them now. And I think that
like there was a time I met this this beautiful girl on the subway boy looking like Mariah Carey. And she's reading this book.
Yeah, you're restless. Be careful where you say.
Okay, nice. And that's this years ago, honey. And she's reading this book, How to Make Friends and Influence People. So I went up and I said, excuse me, miss, you're so beautiful. You have to read a book like that? Something must be wrong with men in this New York City. And she's telling me, you know what you just did there to just come up and just speak to me just like that and strike a conversation? She said, I can't do that. I said, well, I can help you how to make conversation. You don't need to read that book. Take my number.
That's smooth. On that point in confidence for everybody here, right? Like to do something bold, to be an artist, to be a promoter, to be an entrepreneur, it takes some level of confidence and boldness now. And ambition. And I think that is why women tend to be very attracted to artist personalities, etc. Because is something exceptional, if that makes sense. Not to knock anybody, but
but some women don't like artists at all, because they feel all artists is a sort of hoes and run down people, but
they might be afraid.
Yeah, might be afraid.
They might be
but when they get to know
women could be attracted to artists, but afraid to go wrong artists.
Yeah, they want no artist, they want no DJ, they want no promoter, but they'll go wrong a policeman and a soldier. I don't understand.
Huh? A man with uniform.
Yeah, man in uniform. Yeah.
You know what I understand, though? Yeah, what I can understand, right, fellas?
Yeah.
Women complain about men, but when you watch the next man they go on with, is the same exact kind of person like the ex in terms
Because
of...
women love a science project. Women love a man they could change. That's one thing. They love a science project. Always love a man they could change. Like this woman you would right now want to change her KG. Change. I will change her KG. You know what I mean? Make him settle on.
No,
I shouldn't.
and that's correct. That's correct, but it's about the front side there too, where I think who people are as adults really like what you experience as a child and in your formative years, like in your teenage life, like any insecurities or like it's a girls who I know with daddy issues. And
yes, a father figure. They're looking for that
the
father.
kind of men they choose, right? I'm trying to find somebody who was like their dad, but you know, they feel like
trying to fill a spot that they feel was void now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, or it has some men who dealing with their own personal insecurities and they want to be with a specific type of man to feel like the man with all the abs and the man with all the gym boys, right? They feel like getting a man looking like that will make them more beautiful. You know what I mean? So it's everybody different. All women different.
And then a big belly man like me go come, and it's alright.
Yeah,
but my belly ain't so big again. RKG belly bigger than mine now.
Me want to waste girl night, you know. So she alone can't be criticized, you know. Me want to waste girl.
Yeah.
That's right.
You gotta have your own money. You gotta be working. You gotta be intelligent. You want no waste girl.
Yeah, always look at Kevin Samuels. Always taking Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
I'm a boy, you know. Don't make Kevin Samuels.
Mark, you know what Kevin Samuels?
Yeah. Who's that?
You take him in, boy, on Instagram. Take him in, boy.
But the only thing
setting these women straight.
I know sometimes he have a way he just talk to the woman. And I get but sometimes and I think it's one of those things that you know I think there's a way he could, but that's entertainment to it. That's how he does get viral.
Yeah, man, he can't make this up. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
He's very honest about
the truth.
Yeah. Women's expectations of dating.
That's right.
I think he's
a man boy Mark. A woman will be up here and feel she's at 10 by the time Kevin Samuels down with you come down to 2.
Yeah.
Trust me, 2. Yeah, 2. 40 inch.
Don't listen to this, fellas. No, Mark, after the live when you get chance, just Google Kevin Samuel. Don't understand what we're talking about. Now, here's the thing with him, right? Now, I just find he speaks to women in a kind of condescending manner. That is my experience, right? My thing is not what you say or how you say it, but then again, as Boy said, it's entertainment. If the guys are working for him. Right now, there's a petition to block him from all social media. You know about that?
I know. I mean, getting through that.
Ladies now signing a petition to block him from all social media because they're saying that what he's doing is encouraging women to end up on stay with abusive men and the list go a whole list of different things.
He said they say killing their self-esteem. Nah, man, they're killing the woman's self-esteem and this and that. That's not true.
I don't fully agree with, and I agree with Eric. I think he has this condescending when he's talking to women. But I think that one thing people have to learn in life, and this is good for people in entertainment too, right? People communicate in different ways, right? And a good example, like a coach, right? If you're playing football or you're playing basketball, your coach might cuss you out. If you're going to the gym, you're physical, you know,
how you think Soccer Warriors win them games the other day? It's cuss Angus, he cuss them. Instead of cuss.
They don't want the English cuss, boy, baseball.
You're telling you, no English cuss. Hey, yeah. Some good Trini cuss they get.
I feel like somebody could say, he could say it in a different way, but that is his personality. Kind of, there's some people in life who are very
but I saw they just understand by.
I saw they just understand it by. Some girls just like it so, boy. They don't want to watch.
That's right.
You come to them nice, they go and ignore you, boy.
No, and the thing is,
that's right.
People calling in.
See, true.
My thing is with him. I know.
Mark's going to get from personal experiences. So.
Yeah, Mark.
No, it's just true. Come to them nice. Now you talk to them nice guy.
You come in nice, boy.
Mark, boy, give me a story now.
I'm not on that, boy.
Yeah, nice guys finish last. Nice guys always finish last.
2003. She want Mark give her story.
What, 2003?
Yeah,
Mark, boy, give me a story, boy. Give me a story.
Time gone.
Anyhow, fellas, here we're going on, right? So, here we're going on. We just normally save the live because what we do with this live, we repost it on our YouTube page, right?
Yeah.
So, my battery's kind of low now.
Yeah.
So, I'd like us to continue to talk, but the vibe was really good, the energy was good. I don't know, Brave Boy, any new music coming, anything you want to touch on real quick?
Yeah, well, I have something, I believe, dropping this week or next week with the piano girl, Joanna Chokeri. For those who don't know,
right, you look out for that.
She plays the soca cover. She does like piano version.
She real bad,
she
real bad.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, brother, who's do? She brothers do things.
You are.
Can't get the Chokeri, yeah.
So she actually singing on the track. So it's called Pool Days, and it should be dropping this week or next week, and plenty other things. But I see me not vlog today.
And Mark, you what's next with the Team Medics and
the Team Medics, boy?
Well, right now, we out there for Miami Carnival, Juve. We have a section. We doing a partnership with Coco Devils International. That's our first installment there. First time we touching as a brand, we're gonna touch Miami. We're gonna.
Yeah, how you can register? How you registering for that? How you registering on it?
What you can do, just follow any of our pages, any of the Dirty Medics pages. As you would know, Dirty Medics is just now one brand. We have a Children band. Right. We have Juve. The next thing installment we look into gonna be our biggest venture. God bless 2022, 23, whichever it is. Monday and Tuesday we're gonna have Gracie Road. I'm telling all of that.
Oh good, that we talking about them on the road.
Monday and Tuesday we are out there. So for all the other people, look out for we. But for now, man, check we pages, follow we. We're gonna do a whole documentary. The whole team going, a good bit of the team going across there. At least 15 hours. We're gonna shell down Miami. Miami might get flattened by. Just look out the lives coming daily.
Right. And as we talking about support, I have a new song coming called Love Life. I would need Dirty Medics to post it. I would need Brave Boy to post it, and I would need.
Give me a little
by the way,
5 seconds now, boy. Give me a little.
Yeah, give me a little 5 seconds now.
And you know, a little taste on the live, right?
Something now, man.
A little taste on the live. Yeah, we're good on that.
Tell the soul there's a first and life. But the ones that here.
All right, listen.
Tell the soul there's a first and life. But the ones that here. Them don't know my kid, my struggles and my gain. Every time I fall, rather than give me reason. Them don't know my mom. Them not mine and them touch me and them not make me a proud. Them don't know my life. Them don't know my fight. Father, God bless me. No, I can't. Life. Every time that I'm
Life nice.
And I started getting a teaser, boy.
Life nice, boy. Like the man singing gospel, boy. Gospel RKG, boy.
Nice summer feel too. Have a nice summer feel.
Yeah, the beat kind of set on summer, but the song itself is a positive inspiration. It's like a nation building song now.
Yeah, we need more of that. We need that.
And what happened? I got the idea because I don't know if you all know. I had a friend that passed away about a year ago, a guy named Leroy Thomas Gotti. He used to work synergy, he used to do all his videos. But Gotti was a personal friendship. And he used to push something called #LoveLife. You know what I mean? So when I started writing this song, I was like halfway into the song and I was like, hey, yo, this song says everything that he used to preach. And I just continue writing this song and say, you know what, I'm going to build it around it. So it's like, it's a nation building song, but it's also a dedication thing.
Lyrics video go good with that.
A real one, bro.
Real video go good with that one, boy.
Now you doing a full video, right? Full video, you doing full video?
Full video?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, I want to hear lyrics for that song with it. Like it's have a movement in it already.
Nice. And what I like about it, okay? Even as I say, even if it's a positive song, I can hear it in like a party, you know, like, you know what I mean? It could everything is zest and it broken out.
It is zest, yeah.
Boy, and it's zest by KG, boy.
Yeah, it's not actually bad, it's actually good.
Trini good, boy.
That's really good.
Yeah, but we need that balance. That's the thing with it. That is what I love this, you know, but we just need that balance, boy.
That's all.
You know the balance?
Because I
Balance.
say this, right? They have movies about killing and violence and this and that. You know what I mean? So that is part of.
Yeah, of course.
They have,
It's art.
Yeah, as art, and I honestly think a life where everything perfect might be boring. Honestly, not saying that. You know,
it have a good market for that, you know. It have a good following for that too. You know, look, taking this youth boy, Jesus, Jaron Nurse and thing, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Positivity, boy.
And but before COVID, he plays concerts, sell out.
No, but here the problem with that.
Yeah, but the thing I see more on the gospel side, you know, it have a little thing with that, because RKG is not a born again Christian.
No, but listen.
All right.
Nah,
Yeah, the funny thing about it now. So people answer and tell me about KG. So every party she goes, she was asking, you know, why can't give them all them slack to this thing? When they come and sing the tune, you can't give it as them new songs and them old songs and them. I say,
everybody have different sides of them now. Whether it's bad men, drug dealers, they may have a good side of them and a good heart, and you hear it, and you hear stories.
Look Bushu started singing a real girl tune, and then he went and come and tell Shiloh. So you know what?
As human beings, we have different sides of us now. You know, there's the good and the bad. And I think as creatives, we shouldn't be afraid to show different sides. Nobody perfect. You know?
Yeah. I'm not trying to say, you know, I'm a saint. You know what I mean? But this is my contribution.
We know you're not a saint.
I feel as you know, the country, the world needs some kind of inspiration, and I just my contribution. Right? Don't forget, this boy here, Bass have a challenge right now called TikTok Mummies. Again, once that
once that woman over 30 and 40.
The bro, teach you.
The grown and sexy.
Yeah, boy. The grown and sexy. They my song here. There's my song here. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. I love the way you jiggle up your body. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. Sexy hot, I see you, oh baby. This is your body with your own self. The woman come and bring your whole self. I want to put you on my bookshelf, treat you like a queen. What you do with me? You sell. You're looking better than a young gal. You're beautiful and legal. You just I'm attracted to maturity, sense of authority. You may over 40. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy. TikTok mommy.
Or let's check out Bass TikTok boy. The man wants to granny's bubbling.
Nice, but watch when they're looking good for the age, boy. Yeah, boy. TikTok is a market, boy. Dirty Medics TikTok page. You gotta get on that, boy. Even if you want it.
The grown and sexy. The sexy, sexy time.
The grown and sexy.
Yeah, of course, that market for them, you know. So we're covering everybody, but Dirty Medics on TikTok, boy. So trust me, serious.
I would talk to them about that one. I would talk to them.
There's a flick there. There's a must.
On that TikTok dancing, everybody with that ring light and all kind of. I know that.
Yeah, no, it's not only about dancing. It has some inspirational things too. You know, that it covers everybody. It's just another social media platform for people to express themselves. You'll be surprised when you go on it.
Well, I not personally not even on Twitter. Like to tell you.
Okay.
I stay far from the bacchanal, boy.
Well, I on everything, but
alone.
I really don't post much to TikTok. TikTok is the one thing I just. I want to get creative with it, but I just don't really get it.
Yeah, I really with the TikTok. Trust me, I really into TikTok.
Yeah. You see, the thing with TikTok, a song could go viral in like, you know. That's another way.
Dennis Belfon have the most hits on TikTok as a local artist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the put your back in it.
We put your back in it, yeah.
Also, what about Jada Kins? Is Jada Kins on him? With the what's the name of that song she have, boy? Something with the right. It became a TikTok song, like a TikTok sensation.
How much she has?
Huh?
Yeah.
How many views?
I think it's a lot. So see have the most. I see that all over the place, boy. I know that far.
Yeah. That put your back in it big.
Yeah, that
check her out as well. That's a youth from the beat up.
Yeah, I know Jada.
Jada Kinson right there. Bra bra
Yeah.
boom boom.
Bra bra boom.
Oh, bra bra
Yeah,
boom boom.
that's
Okay,
right.
okay.
Yeah,
Look
that
this
big
in
too,
it.
probably just behind Saucy, you know.
Yeah,
Serious.
man.
Wow.
So
Bra,
that's
bra,
something
Fellas,
for
again,
everybody.
bra, boom boom. Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks for the opportunity. It was nice.
good vibes,
All
enjoy
right.
it, fellas.
Alright, fellas.
I need
Yeah, man.
me and basically that 30 minutes 30.
Of course.
Large or extra large. That's
Yeah, I paying for my thing, eh? You know, freeloader like arcade. You see, don't say we don't talk about things support the man, man. You don't talk the beggar.
Watch him, eh. But
Yeah.
word, fellas,
Things support the man.
Fellas.
conversation was nice. We'll be out.
it was
Yeah, man.
nice.
Yeah, man.
Fellas.
Respect
It
for
was
us. Stay
nice.
upright.
Right?
Well, they keep safe and thing. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, boy, this way. So
Man,
next week,
respect, man.
we'll be
Please,
better.
God.
All right, on radio tomorrow, 12 to 3. What time you working?
Yeah, wonderful.
All right, brother. Later.
Yeah, man. Respect. Say the line. On the line. Respect.